Dom DeMarco.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go to hustlefit.com. Get the clothes as well as the merch. We got men's, we got women's, we got children's attire. Also, if you want your own custom clothing, go ahead and hit me up at hustlefit.com, hustlefit@gmail.com, and hustlefit LLC on Instagram. Anything you need, whether it's uniforms, shirts, special occasions, I got you. Hats, hoodies, tees, leggings, jogger sets, we do it all. Make sure you tune in every Sunday night. The brand new show called Let's Talk About It with Connie Marie. New co-host, her name is Connie Marie. Wednesdays, we do what is called Couples Retreat, where we celebrate love, relationships, and everything good about it. Tonight, you are watching Ladies Night, where we get deep dive, intimate conversations with the ladies. And then tomorrow night, Friday night, we do what is called the Boys Club. It's the exact same thing as Thursday night, only with the guys. As you know, I'm your man Bailey, a.k.a. Mr. Go Get 'Em. And we are back in the building with another episode here on nocappreacts. I'm sure y'all can see the lovely ladies behind me. So tonight... I got a room full of women that is
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
So we're gonna go ahead and start this off. This is gonna be a good one. I anticipate lots of shots being fired. I know this is gonna be a good one. I just know it. Fuck it. Let's get into this shit. Let's go. All right. Starting with lovely Coco.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Hello. I am Coco. I'm a beautiful woman living in her best life out here in this world, or at least I'm trying.
And if people want to find you, where can they find you at?
If you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram.
You know she old. She looking in her phone just to see what her own
You
Instagram is.
listen, because this new world of what's your
Technology?
Instagram tag?
You don't know what technology is?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just created it and kept moving on with my life. Anyway, True Coco Goddess 87 is my Instagram page. That is the main place you will find me. Because I'm not messing with Facebook or none of them other folk like that.
All right, and then next one right there in the middle. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Val.
I am Val Marie, and you can find me at The Real Val Marie on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm impressed. You know, you're
Then last but not least,
definitely not least.
the ringleader of.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Here we go. Money talk.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm Tiana Marie. You can find me on Facebook at Tiana Marie or Instagram, Miss_T_M_T. And I'm on Snapchat too, but I don't remember my Snapchat tag.
And she has all the tea.
Do
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, for those of you that have never seen the show, been on the show, here on Ladies Nights, my black ass stays out of the conversation 100%. What I do is I ask the questions. They have the open discussion while answering the questions. Okay? For all of you in the internet world that is watching the show, by all means, throw in questions, comments, and let's have fun tonight. Y'all ladies ready for this shit?
Yep. Of
Yep.
course.
He needs some milk.
All right. This is going to be great. Okay. So we're going to start. This is where we're going to start it off at. Y'all ladies actually know each other, so this will be easy for you. The show starts off with an icebreaker. So you guys get to ask each other. So there'll be 3 different questions, one from each of you, to all of the ladies. Ask a question, whatever it is.
Oh.
How was your day, Tiana?
I had a good day. I had a business meeting earlier for marketing for one of my businesses, Royalty Skincare. And then
Now, when I said introduce yourself and tell us what you do, how come you didn't throw that out there, promote that?
I don't remember you saying.
Okay,
Tell
well,
us what
any
you do.
businesses that any of you ladies have,
Yeah.
this is your time to promote it and throw it out there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
Now, what's the name of that business again?
It's Royalty Skincare.
And where can they find that at?
It is up and coming. I haven't launched my page yet.
She said up and coming like it's a movie.
It is a movie.
Yep.
And in February of 2024.
That's right.
Did he say he was staying out of this conversation?
We're not in the
did.
conversation
He
yet.
did.
It hasn't started yet. Fuck you.
So you can reach out to me on my Facebook or Instagram if you are interested. It is body butters, body oils, edible body oils. I just launched a new line of that. Sea moss, lots of healthcare and skincare stuff, all natural products. And I do feel like we should talk about our new business.
Our newest venture.
Yes.
Okay.
that
Oh, well,
we
there
are
you go.
launching.
There you go.
It is called The Divine Experience. And it is a dominatrix business. Coco is my business partner. Val is also involved. That is launching this month.
So for y'all gentlemen that do not have a Valentine's this year,
You
hit
know?
up Tiana.
hit us up.
No.
Hold up. So if he doesn't have a Valentine's, come see the dominatrix.
Yeah, if he
Why
wants to
not?
get, dominated.
The Valentine's. Come. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Okay.
Got something for you.
Yeah, she got something for you. It sound like.
Well, you asked me a question.
How was your day, girl? She asked you, how was your day, Tiana?
I was just keeping it simple because I know we about to get crazy. So.
Why you think it's gonna get crazy? This is a
'Cause
very
it's us.
mild show.
Because it's us, that's
'Cause
why.
it's us. Yeah.
Oh, so y'all gonna make it crazy.
Duh.
It's natural for us.
Oh shit.
So, Val, how has 2024 treated you so far?
Oh, Jesus. Girl.
Given that today is the first and it's been exactly 31 days.
Today is the first of the year, so I have not really enjoyed much because January definitely does not count. So
January definitely counts.
no, January does not.
Everybody said Happy New Year's. It's not the real New Year's.
January does not count. Did you not see my post today? I said Happy New Year's today.
I don't be on social media. Everybody thinks I'm on social media,
we're
but
not
I
on-
really don't be on
unless
social
you're
media.
debating with me on some bullshit, though, right?
Why you bringing up shit in the past?
You bringing up old shit, Val.
Don't get wrecked because I call out
Okay, well
bullshit
then I
too.
can't bring up January because that's some old shit in the past.
No, I said bullshit. I didn't say old shit.
No, but I have. I really with January. I really just spent some time with some family back home in Texas. I just got back, and I am now, in some business deals going on. As Tiana mentioned, our business deal going on. I also involved in a home in Glendale. It's called it's going to be a community home that's opening up soon to the public for the business people that are just traveling through. They want to be able to do a business meeting but still light up.
Smart.
Yeah,
That's cool.
can't say too much on it, but it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Tiana said a minute ago. For Valentine's Day,
hey,
come
it's
see me.
2024.
Smart
We're
mouth,
just
I
getting
can't.
started with
Here.
the new year. So.
right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So for me, as Tiana mentioned, I have our event. I'm working with her on a venture for the dominatrix, which I'm really excited about because we're really kind of diving into the more in-depth things. People leave it at this taboo surface thing, and it's so much deeper than that. So I'm really excited about that. I've been working on a venture with a really good friend of mine for a while, trying to expand and build his business. And I'm just working with my family. So, I'm that partner person. I'm the person that kind of jumps in with everybody else and put some things together. But
Co-pilot.
I've got my own stuff brewing in the background. I'll come back later and tell y'all about that though.
I'm excited.
So, but really excited. I'm excited to be doing this with you, Bailey. Like, this is what's up.
Well, welcome to Hustle Fit Studios, home of the craziness. All right,
We're right
ladies.
at home then.
Right.
All right, ladies. So it's time that we go ahead and start at the questions. Okay. Okay, so now y'all don't know how foolish I actually am. And Val, you know when we were having our conversation, you see this smile on my face and how I just sit here. This is what I do all day. Even when I'm talking shit to people online,
You just smiling.
I'm just bored having a blast. All right. We're going to start it off this way. First question of the night. Who are your female role models or role model?
You got an answer yet, Coco?
I think I have quite a few, and none of them are common. They're all like real life people for me. Like my mother's a definite role model for me. Also, there are some other amazing individuals that I've come across that are just really exemplary women that have had amazing relationships with their spouses. They've had some disaster and trauma in their life and overcome it. So, you know, those are the people I look to. I'm not one of those people who like, oh, Michelle Obama,
Yeah,
or
right.
oh my God, Eve, or some celebrity, some person who's widely known, or somebody that everyone speaks to or calls out because, oh, that's like the perfect role model. Is she really though? Because you're saying that based on some surface shit that we see, you know, every day on television or what's on social media because of pictures. I'm talking about people who I have intimate relationships with that I know the ugly, the good, the bad, the ups, the downs. Those are the people that I look to for inspiration and for aspiration, what I should be aspiring to be and how I should want to move in my life. So my real life folks, hey mama, I hope you got the link because I sure sent it. That's me. That's where I'm at with it.
Gotcha.
What about y'all?
Well, if you're looking at me, so I'll go. You know, I have a very similar answer. I don't have like celebrity role models or anything. My role models are just the women around me because I don't have a big circle. So the ladies that are in my circle are my inspirations and role models. I think we're that for each other. I think so. But yeah, you know, I don't hang out with anybody that's not trying to get it and, you know, move up and all that stuff. So, you know, the ladies around me are my role models.
So I would say my role models are my daughter 20 years from now, you know, or my role model is my daughter 20 years from now because that's like who I live for and move for. She's like my only child, like my only daughter. So her 20 years from now is my role model, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, I wasn't even finished.
It's not about that. It's the moment.
Oh, I was like, I thought that meant I was done. Like, time's up. Yeah, so, oh, God. I'm over this. Next question. You want me to start some controversy? Because I will say Kim Kardashian is a bad bitch, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord,
No, ma'am.
not
No,
Kim
why not?
Kardashian.
Why not?
Anyone.
How,
with Kim
no,
K.
how about why is she?
Okay, why is she?
Kardashian. No,
Why
that's the
not?
question.
Anyone
How,
you.
no, how about why is she?
Okay, why is she?
Kardashian. No, that's the
Why not?
question.
Anyone
How,
you.
no, how about why is she?
What is going on?
Yeah, what the hell happened?
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
not behind the controls. I have no idea what's going on. I was trying to figure out why my voice
Yeah,
was
what
talking
the
back
hell
to me.
happened?
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Put the whole
So-
podcast on repeat.
Run that back, DJ.
You're in control.
Clearly,
So you said she's the role model because why?
I'm not saying she's a role model. I just said she's a bad bitch.
Oh, that's right. You right. You
But
did
I
say
still
that.
question why do you feel
Why, right? Why you
I
feel
just-
like she's a bad
'cause
bitch?
I think she's just accomplished a lot. Like people can say what she says, but like I look at it like how many dicks have females out here sucked and then get nowhere?
Girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, then there's that part.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying she just sucked the right
valid
dick.
point?
but she did.
A few of them. Yeah.
He wants to get in this conversation
Yes.
so
what you
bad.
say, Bailey? What you say,
Valid
Bailey?
point.
What you say?
Valid point.
He said no.
I mean, that's how I see it.
wholeheartedly
She's
feel you on that.
I mean, who else can become a lawyer and not go to law school?
No, she went to law school.
She went to like a fast speed law school, so she didn't go to like full.
Okay,
law
well,
school.
no, she went to law school. She just went all year round.
Oh,
Plus, I'm pretty sure they help push little tink tinks along.
of course.
Yeah, like
Because I don't think she's smart
I
as shit.
followed Kim Kardashian like before the Ray J incident, and so like
Back when she was sleeping with porn stars, thinking that was gonna make her the shit.
or selling celebrities clothing and styling them. You know, we can look at that part too. I mean,
So she's a hustler.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
a hustler.
she
She's
has
very
always
much a
been a
hustler. She's
hustler.
about her money. She's about her business. And she's like most females I know out here, they just getting it how they can get it. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot knock as if we're a woman's woman, right? We're supposed to empower all women. Like what makes her any different?
I mean, true. I don't have an argument with that.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
As much as
she ain't
I
my,
don't fuck
she's
with
not
her.
my cup of tea.
You
Like
know?
I'm not a Kim fan.
I'm not opposed to her. I just don't really
Right.
kind of care either way. But you have a valid point there.
Okay, speak your mind, then, Val. Speak your mind.
All right, now we're gonna get into the shits of the shit.
Oh,
Now, this is an easy question. Does a man's body count matter to you?
Yikes. I'm gonna drink to that one.
You're right. Let's take it.
Let me sip. I might need to.
I need a hit.
Yes and no.
Start with a yes, then, since it was first.
Explanation. Again, this is open
If they're
conversation.
messy with it and their body count is just any female that they can get, as long as
It breathes and moves.
Oh, sorry. I have to hold my mic right here in order for you to hear me.
Put the mic to your mouth.
Treat it
Like this.
Yeah.
There you go. We can
You
hear
don't have
now,
to put
girl.
it that close.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what you
Treat
said.
it like a boyfriend.
That's what I was gonna tell
In
you.
that case,
You said it.
See, that's that Cap shit. That's that Capricorn shit right there. Over there, then.
back that up. No, it's fine.
Damn.
But it's like right if it's just like some sloppy body count, like there's like it's just like I just put it where I could fit in, then yes, it matters, right? But if it's like a body count where, hey, you know what? I just been through some shit, and this came along, and that came along, and there's like history with it, and you know what? It happened. Then no, it doesn't count. That makes sense.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I do too.
If you just, whatever's moving, breathing, or not.
That
You know what I'm
part.
saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
'cause
damn,
there's
you weren't
plenty
even
out there like
selective.
that.
You didn't even, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What
What about you, Tiana? What do you think? What's,
my answer is no, it doesn't matter because, like, in a perfect world, it would matter. But if you understand men,
There is nothing
it
perfect
can't.
about them.
It can't matter. It just can't. So no, it doesn't matter.
And I feel like that should go both ways, but I'm a woman, so I guess that doesn't really count.
Watch
Yeah.
Boys Club tomorrow night. You can hear their answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't
Also,
wait.
do they
I
get
can't
the
wait.
same answers?
They get the exact same
They're
question.
getting the
Exact-
same
I mean,
question, so
questions.
yeah, I can't wait
Because-
to see that.
I'm thinking it does matter to men.
It absolutely does matter to
Yeah.
men.
I
It
think it
absolutely
matters.
does matter to men, but I feel like it shouldn't because I'm all about reciprocity. So if you're
It
gonna,
matters to the men that have the body count that I say doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
so-
the men that have the body count that they don't care where they're at, they don't care about your body count.
But
Exactly.
their lady has to.
Right.
be in that.
Oh, I definitely
So
feel
that's
that one.
that's what I was gonna get into. So we're talking about I feel like, are we talking about body count like when you're considering entering a committed relationship with a person, or are we talking about
Just
I'm
bodies.
just hoeing out here in the
Just
street,
body
just
count.
talking bodies?
Just body.
So you meet somebody, and you're about to take said man serious, is or not. It doesn't matter. Like, does a man's body count matter to you in any form, fashion, or way?
No.
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 It
And
can't.
I'm gonna say
It
if I have to pick yes or no, I'm gonna say no. And the simple fact because women like operate on feelings. So like if the feelings are there, then the body count's not gonna matter.
I agree with that. I think if you feeling a person like that, then it's not gonna matter. For me personally, it's not gonna matter, but it depends on who you are. A certain dude, I might be like, see, you're just a hoe.
Yeah.
Like we're not in a space where
But when you're in those, sorry to interrupt you, but when you're in those feelings, right? When you're in those feelings, do you say that?
Mike.
Right? Do you look at him? Oh, do you look at him as a hoe? You know what I'm saying? Because you're in those feelings, his wholeness kind of like
not necessarily. So I'm an admittedly analytical person, and sometimes that could be misjudged as being judgmental, but I don't give no fucks. So the truth of the reality is, like, that's why I asked the more detail of the question, because I'm like, okay, so if I just met this dude, no, your body count's not going to matter to me off top, because I don't know shit about you. We're just gaining information. I'm not necessarily about to sleep with you. Like, so why should your body count matter to me?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's where my mind goes. Your body count's not going to matter because I'm not worried about whether or not that thing is going to enter up into my world. It's not even,
Right.
I'm not even considering that right now. I'm just gaining information. I'm trying to get to know you, who you are as a person. What is it that you like, what you dislike, where you come from, what's your background. I want to know something about you, because in my life, what my life has taught me is, you can't let everybody up in here. The garden can't just be open for everybody to enter. This is not the city botanical garden over here. Like, we can't just take everybody. So
I agree with you totally, because I've been like that. But I recently, like within the last 6 months, I can't remember when, I saw a TikTok, and this girl was saying that you should let them enter you first, because then you see if that connection's there, that feeling's there, like the sex.
she said, say what?
Yeah, I need to find that TikTok and show y'all and see what y'all feel about it, because there's a TikTok out there that is female. She's doing like one of them poems, and she's basically saying that you should let a man have you first and see if that sex should be a priority, and you should do those one night
You know
stands.
what?
And
I agree to a certain extent.
yeah, when I
get what
listen to
you're
her, I
saying.
agree to a certain
It's
extent.
if you're feeling if you actually feel the person, and it's like, well, that's the next step.
But wait a minute.
I mean,
why
is.
do I need the person to enter me to know? Am I so out of tune with myself that I can't feel this motherfucker's vibes without his dick in my pussy?
Here's the thing. Like, you got to know if you're compatible in all ways.
Okay.
And I don't know. You know what? Maybe every person is different, but
Oh, absolutely.
sex is important to me.
because
Sex
what
is
if we
important to me,
vibe so
too.
much, but then I find out you're fucking whack, and I invested
her
3
theory-
months into it.
Oh.
Her
Okay.
theory is, why am I going to give you my soul? Why am I going to give you my heart? Why am I going to give you my feelings? Why am I going to give you my energy if I'm not even compatible?
We're not compatible sexually.
Because that's why a lot of women cheat.
Because that's where a lot of the energy.
or they're miserable because they
That
love
dick
the man.
ain't dicking.
You know, they
The
love the
dick is
man
not
in every
dicking.
other way, but then it's like, oh, he's not. You know, whatever the fuck the
So,
complaint is.
so let me ask you a question. I want to take a little tangent real quick. Did y'all
Whenever
see the chick?
he's definitely
Right while homegirl over there. Bitch, you sound horrible. You need me to do a voiceover for you
I
for that,
know.
because we need a
I'm
different
just-
female voice on her. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, so have y'all seen the video of this black lady it was circulating on Instagram, and she was talking about how she was engaged to this guy, and they had been together for some time, but he checked all her boxes, but she couldn't marry him. And I watched the whole video clip. I never heard her say the one specific reason why she couldn't get with this, why something was missing. That's what she would say.
Okay.
But something, he checked all my boxes. He was a great guy. He's a good man. He didn't do anything wrong. Da 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 da. All this rattling, all this positive talk, but there was something missing.
I can answer that question rather quickly or easily.
Yes.
Women look for safety, security, provision. Okay, it's like the dude that's a dick to you, the dude that's an asshole. Y'all love that shit because there's a level of there's a level of excitement that's there. She didn't have that excitement. See, the nice guy, the guy that checks all the fucking boxes, y'all never keep that dude. The dude that checks 6 out of 10 of the boxes, but you're constantly checking to see, is he fucking with other females? Like, why is this bitch keep popping up? Why is he doing this? Y'all keep that motherfucker. There's excitement attached to it. When there's no excitement, because that's why y'all love the Love and Hip Hops, Basketball Wives, baddies.
Married to Medicine. Have you watched Married to Medicine?
I don't like none of that.
They too messy.
I've watched no T. I don't watch these. So I don't even know what.
I thought watching Married to Medicine was gonna show me, right, because these women are like married to men and married to doctors, and they're married or doctors, right? They come on the show. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this reality show because it's gonna teach me how women of that standard act compared to Love and Hip Hop and stuff.
And you were appalled when you found out
Same
they act
shit.
just like the Ratchets.
Yes, I was so like, oh, they just as ghetto.
Just this Ratchet,
women.
baby.
It doesn't matter.
It's
Ratchet
just women.
has-
It's just women in
just
general.
women.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, that's just what it is. So like, yeah.
And I don't, I don't want us to bash all women because it's not just women. Like we
Right,
all, I
yeah.
think we all, everybody has the potential. Absolutely. Like it doesn't matter whether it's women or men because while we playing, you might as well get ready to hit that shots fired button. It's plenty of men out here who definitely act just like what they talk about that they hate from females.
That part.
Not a masculine man. That's feminine energy.
Oh, and that could be true. There's a lot going on in the universe that's working apparently, or not the universe. Let's leave it here on this planet. There's a lot going on here on this earth that is working to separate men from their masculinity, and it's not something new. That's something that's been ongoing for a while. But I digress, and I still say to the same point that there are men who are out here who behave in manners and just as ratchet, just as messy, just as dramatic. And those are not men that I'm attracted to, by the way. But
We gonna get to that. Ray Facebook says, in the day, I'm far more concerned with how he's going about his than how many.
okay.
Well, isn't that the same, right? Because
No.
you're worrying about how he's going about his day.
I think
I mean, you're concerned.
we're
on where he's
still talking
going.
about body count, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's talking about
I agree with him.
That's
Yes,
a she.
you-
That's a she.
She.
Okay,
I
so
agree with her.
right, and I think that's what you were saying, right? Like
Yes.
which is the same reason why they were like the girl says, why not let him in so you can find out if you're compatible
Yeah, right.
because you
Instead
don't
of
want to invest all this time and being with somebody and then in the bedroom y'all just can't seem to
You
find
know-
it, which I get it, but I feel like you could teach a dog any trick you want.
Well,
like-
no,
That
ma'am.
ain't true.
No.
I
That
have
ain't true.
to humbly disagree. And also, that's given, like, if you already have a vibe. Like, you sat
Absolutely.
and spoke with this person. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
already have, so it's been said that ladies know within the first, I don't know how many minutes.
5
seconds,
minutes.
that part.
Bailey, you said you was gonna stay out of this conversation.
I'm not part of the conversation. I'm
No,
just
that
helping
is
her.
part
I'm
of
giving
the-
her the statistics.
Okay, he gave me the statistics. Within the
I'm
first
just
5
playing
minutes,
with you, Bailey.
whether or not you will sleep with the man or not. So
I
and
believe
that's-
that.
Yeah,
I believe
it's
that.
absolutely.
I
I mean, I
totally
usually know
believe that.
sooner, but yes, but like, and that's based on all kinds of stuff. What do us ladies look for? First of all, like, I mean, we pretty much all look like. What does he look like? How does he dress? How does he move? Then we have our
What's he
specifics.
smell like?
What's he smell like? What's his eyes, his teeth, whatever.
Does he have a personality?
That part. What is he talking about? Are y'all on the same page? Can you talk about the same stuff? Can he keep up with what you're talking about? Vice versa. If you have a vibe,
I don't know about that first 5-minute rule. Have you ever been with somebody in 5 minutes? Oh, have you ever been with somebody 5 minutes and you think that? Like you think like, oh yeah, I'd fuck him. Oh yeah, I can see myself with him. Oh, I can see a future with him. Oh yeah, he's checking off some of these boxes. And then like a month down the line, you were like, yeah, let me uncheck this box. You know what? That sex wasn't so great. You know, yeah.
Yes and no.
You know what I mean?
Yes and no.
Because I've just recently had that experience. I'm like, okay,
So it was all in your head. That's what you're trying to say.
was it?
Or was it?
Okay, hold on.
But wait, was it
Yes.
all in your head, or was it that at first he presented like that, but then
Both.
as time went on, the inconsistency crept in?
So I've recently tried to date totally out of my box. I
Okay.
guess how you want to put it, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe this should be a box that I could check, and this could be a box I could check. But he turned out to be a little bit worse than all of the other ones.
Oh wow.
Okay, which goes. Ray says responsibility, transparency, etc. Let's see. We got to know up here. Marcy says, yeah, you can hang out with a guy for a couple of weeks, and you may not want him sexually after getting to know him. True.
That is very true.
Very, very true.
That's-
Very true.
She's right.
They shooting shots at you niggas. They shooting shots at you niggas.
Y'all gotta wait till Friday to get y'all's in.
You know?
Get your mouth game up. Get your dick game up. You
Oh,
won't have
boy.
these problems.
Oh.
That part.
You know,
I think that's why she says that. Because what if, like, the dick's just not right, bro? Could you live with the... So,
No.
say he checks off 4 out of the 5 boxes. And then, like, the last box, like, the bonus box is a dick. Could you live with that?
could you live with that, Coco?
That's a good question.
Like,
with that,
if he
Coco?
checks all the boxes but the dick box, could you live with that?
Shoot, we better learn how to get some toys and some. We better get real exploratory in the bedroom, then, sir.
What about you, Tiana?
No. Fuck the toys and all that.
No hesitation.
That is a hard no.
Because I
She
can do
said
the
hard
toys by
no.
myself.
No.
I mean, that's true too, but I don't know. I feel like I guess I'm myself. I'm that hopeless romantic. I feel
Yeah.
like if everything else is there, whose responsibility is it to figure out what I mean, if I'm being true to myself, I believe that I would take the steps and at least try. And if I get to the place where it's just like, you know what, no, this is not gonna work for me.
I
can't.
tried and it was a no.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's what I
so
was
we're
saying
gonna
earlier.
take this back. We're gonna go into the second question because she hit right on it, and it flows perfectly with where you guys are at right now.
Okay.
Which is, who gaslights the most, men, or do you yourself gaslight yourself on the said man?
Let me think about that.
You know what?
I got them real questions for y'all's answers.
I think women gaslight more. I think women lie to themselves more about stuff than we do, honestly.
We gaslight ourselves, not them.
Right.
Let's make that clear, right?
No,
So we
trust me,
gaslight them.
we understand fully.
Okay, let's just real quick. I just Googled it real quick, right? So let's just give the
definition.
So the
I know
real
what you're trying to do.
definition.
So hold on. Now, this is
definition.
the thing. With the term gaslight, there is no actual definition. You're gonna find Urban Dictionary definition of gaslight, because gaslight is not real. It's a fake word term that has been put out there in the last since the Rona. That I don't know who said it on TV, but
So look, let's.
I'm sitting here trying to think, have I heard the word gaslight
I
before,
did. I
Laura?
heard it
I
before.
definitely
Yeah,
have,
I
and
think I have.
it's saying gaslighting is a colloquialism, loosely defined as manipulating someone into questioning their own perception of reality. The expression, which derives from the title of a 1944 film, Gaslight, became popular in the mid 2010s.
That's way before
Mm-hmm.
Corona.
Merriam website cites deception of one's memory.
now here's the crazy part. I want you to think about this. Did you hear? There's 2 words that came out during COVID. Both originated love and hip hop. Gaslighting and he is a narcissist.
Yep, I knew it.
Yeah, narcissism has always existed.
Yeah.
Has many psychological diagnostic codes and stuff. It just wasn't probably being used as popularly until
because
that point.
It's,
But
Yeah.
Well, narcissism is rare. 100,000 people are diagnosed with narcissism a year.
How
No,
many?
I know a few. I mean,
I know a few, and like,
Everyone
yeah.
says they know a few, but it has to be diagnosed. Now, what people don't realize is if you actually look up narcissistic personality disorder versus psychotic personality disorder, what a lot of you guys are dealing with is a lot of psychotic. Men.
Yep, you're right.
You're not dealing with a narcissist. See, when you get to, he doesn't have feelings and he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that and he lies to me and he manipulates me, he does that. That's not narcissism. If you actually look up the term and the definition of narcissism, well, all of us are narcissists.
Speak on it, Bailey.
Are y'all ladies wearing makeup?
I didn't have time.
I don't. I'm wearing lip gloss.
Okay. Did you get dressed for this show?
Yes.
I sure did.
Y'all prepped?
I see where you're going with
Y'all
this.
look in the mirror.
It's a mask.
So, as narcissists, being a narcissist, actually, the crazy part is, 100% of all human beings are fucking narcissists. Now, having a narcissistic personality disorder is a whole totally separate, different thing. And sorry to say, but they find NPD in more women than they do men.
Oh wow.
Most
I can
women
see that.
lack
Yeah,
empathy.
I
I'm
can
not
see that
I
surprised.
can totally see that. I can totally.
I am
see
not
that.
surprised.
Most women lack empathy. Y'all do sympathy, but you lack empathy. Because the moment that man hurts you or you do something, all that shit that you've been thinking about, you got a little dick. You're really broke.
Damn.
I know you really ain't shit. That's why you don't get along with your brother. Like all the shit comes out.
I can't.
Most women, not all.
Marcia
Yeah,
said,
not all.
especially younger women.
You sound like you've had your experience. But anyway,
Right. So what was the question? So repeat the
I know,
question
like,
for
where
us.
are we at?
So
Got
the
totally,
question
like,
is, who
that left.
gaslights you the most? Do you think that women gaslight themselves the most, or do men gaslight you the most?
I think that I agree with the girls. I think that we gaslight ourselves. Like if anybody is manipulating anything in a situation in what in the arena we're talking about, I think absolutely it's more often what you do to yourself before what someone else does. It's you've already manipulated yourself and talked yourself into something being in a specific way or convinced yourself that it's gonna be a specific way. So when it doesn't go that way and they don't do what you thought they were gonna do and they don't say what you thought they were gonna say and they don't behave in the way
keywords, what you thought.
right, exactly. It's you. It's always on your side first. Like you can't. I don't know why people try to live their lives holding other people responsible for their own problems because we always fuck ourselves over before someone else fucks us over. But
So I think where I've learned over the years where I feel that relationships go wrong is because when you label somebody a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, whatever, I think when you label them, you put a what is the word? Ownership on there, right? You expectations.
I knew you.
That-
I knew
the
that's
wo-
what you were trying to
That's
say.
the word I was looking for. Sorry, this cup is,
Yeah.
But anyways, so you put expectations on them. And I learned this from one of my cousins back in the days, because she said she stopped calling her mom and dad. She started calling them by their first names. And I asked her, why are you disrespecting your parents and calling them this and that? She's like, because I want to see my parents as people, as their names, rather than mom and dad.
Their
Because
title.
rather than a title.
because then when I title them, I'm putting expectations on what a mom should be, on what a dad should be. And I've learned that I don't label somebody my boyfriend. I don't label somebody my man, anything like that, because my expectations of a boyfriend or a man may not be what they can give me. So I've learned just to move on energy with them. So therefore, you know what? I'm missing with John today. that's just an example name. I'm missing with John today.
irony.
You know, and me and John's energy is here today, and this is what we're doing today. And maybe me and John's energy may be there tomorrow and the next day and the next day. But you know what? A month from now, John may be over there with Conchita, and I'm with.
Why she gotta be Conchita?
Right.
I will tell you that story.
John, you busy?
You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a year from now. You have to move with the universe. It goes back to people can be seasons in your life, and you have to understand
That's okay.
when those seasons are over.
Yep.
That's
to
real.
be okay with that.
And I think that's part of the thing about the gaslighting. People's unrealistic expectations of what they have to meet in this dating world and in this world in general. And so therefore they put these titles on themselves. They put these exuberant expectations on themselves and their situation.
She's using college words.
Yeah, she uses big words.
Y'all get on my nerves. Anyway, but you put those unrealistic expectations, and when things fall apart and they're not meeting what you want, and he's not being who you thought he would be, and he's not being that boyfriend that you associated with that word, again, it's what
you can't blame him.
Right, you put it, but too often we know we do. Like we put the weight of our expectations on other people, and too often we do not voice what that expectation is. Some of us, of course, we all know. Some of us do. We do. We lay out the boundaries. We lay out what we expect. We lay out, and sometimes people do or don't for their own reasons, and you have to be willing to have those hard conversations in order to gain clarity in these situations. And if you're not willing to do that, I'm sorry, but I feel like you should have your ass at home, sitting on the couch, eating your popcorn, ice cream, whatever your vice is, minding your business, and leave the rest of us out here alone. But
you know, I hear too often from girlfriends, and I've learned from experience where I hear too often from my girlfriends or, females that I speak with, and they're like, well, he didn't do this, and I don't understand why he didn't do that. And it's kind of like a child, right? If you didn't teach that child that, how do you expect them to know that? So how can you expect somebody that you're involved with to know your expectations of a boyfriend, to know because you don't know what that man or that female, I mean, it goes vice versa with men or women. You don't know what that female or man has gone through in life that has showed them, oh, this is what my version of a boyfriend or a girlfriend should be. And that's where I think a lot of mistakes happen, because people just jump into things and
they don't talk. They don't have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
People are too scared to.
All right, Marcy said women gaslight each other. She also said, don't complain to your girlfriends and communicate with him.
Right.
that is so
I will
true.
say this. So, communication is dying. Today it is one of those things where it is it's so far and few between. Having transparency, having understanding, those things no longer happen because people no longer communicate. Communicate is literally dying. It's like cursive. It's like they're taking it out of school.
He says that cursive.
It's true.
It's very true.
All right, next question for you ladies. Who has it easier in life, men or women?
I want to.
Go, girl,
Well,
go.
No, I don't know.
I'll say women.
Really?
Yes.
You think so?
I think so.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, I want to know why you think that.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Because I think women get more sympathy, women get more resources. I know that we can have a hard time in life, but if you think about it, so for instance, just think about like single moms, right?
Right.
There's so many programs and things for single moms. There's so much empathy for single moms and stuff like that. But what if you have a single dad? Silence. Like nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Where's the resources for them? Where's it's
support?
It's not the same. It's not the same energy. Also, men have higher expectations than women do. Men are expected to be masculine and suck it up and not have feelings and just get out there and do it, figure it out. Women, it's like, oh,
Bailey, we get
women
it.
have to be taken care of. Oh, poor her, etc. I mean,
So when we look at it from that perspective, I
The
understand.
real life perspective.
I mean, I
Right,
guess, right?
that's the societal
I,
view.
I do have conversations with some, with some females that I work with and mentor. I do have some conversations with them that they do have to understand that men have mental health issues, and men have trauma, men have feelings just like women do, because it is said into men that they should act a certain way and be brave and whatnot, right? So I do understand that perspective part of it, where they may have it more difficult than us. But bro, why can they sleep around and we can't? Why is that okay?
That's
Why
a
is-
whole nother
No, it's
subject.
not, because we have difficulty in that,
Because
right?
men are
Because
men and women are women.
I'll see posts,
Pretty much.
and men will sit. Like I saw a post the other day where somebody's sitting here like dogging. Well, no, I'm gonna give you an example. So I saw a post the other day where somebody is sitting here dogging Trina for some of her songs, right? And I understand that Trina may have written some songs, she may have done some dirty shit, she may have done some this and that, but on the upside, she's also used her name to start a nonprofit to use against gun violence. But for some reason, all they see is how Trina slept with this person, how Trina talked
That's
about
her image, though.
But hold on,
I
can
guess
I,
that's
hold
what
on.
she
I
presents.
have a question that can help clear that up. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As a woman, is the society look at you for the accolades you create, or will society look at you higher as a woman because of the man that you marry?
The man that you marry.
Definitely the man you marry.
Okay, so everything that you just said is what disqualifies her from that. And then next part.
But what about the women
Hold
that
on.
don't marry?
Hold on. A promiscuous woman since the beginning of time, Adam and Eve, has always looked down upon for one reason only. You are the primary person that creates life. You hold life within you. So when a woman is sleeping around and she ends up pregnant, remove modern science. You got to understand that blood tests and things like that still haven't even been around 100 years yet. So to prove who the child was, less than 100 years ago wasn't possible. So if you were sleeping around and I am a king, is that truly my bloodline?
I get that. I can see where you're coming from on that.
So that's the difference too. Whether we like it or not, God himself said it.
I
Go
think,
out and multiply. That's what he told men to do. You can get pregnant one time a year. I can make 5 babies a day.
I get what you're saying, and I totally agree with that. Like me, I totally would live by that. The reason I say the way I say things is because I see like the newer generation, like of females, like, you know, that they just so openly talk about how they're with this man and that man. But then I see on the back end how by creating a name for them in that way, they're also doing like positive things. You know what I'm saying? So it's in a sense like, why does the negative overpower the positive that they do with what they've created with their name?
Okay, so again, the positive things they're doing are the things that men are known for, not women. So we don't care what they do. As men, that's like when you come and you sit down with me and say, I'm an independent woman, which is fucking stupid as shit, for one. I have a degree, for 2. I make my own money, for 3. Cool. But when we go to dinner, who's expected to pay for the dinner?
Man.
I don't know.
Okay, when we're in
That's what, if we're looking at,
we're looking at society, we're looking at what's happened since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Okay. Then you also go ahead and look at when we're in a relationship, who's required to pay for the marriage, the honeymoon, who's supposed to give up 2 to 3 months of their salary for a ring.
Well, if we go traditional, from my understanding, the bride's family is supposed
The
to
bride's
pay.
father is supposed to do
pay
that. But
the
again,
wedding.
how many brides are going to have their father around in 10 years from now?
Very true.
Very true.
So that's why I have this podcast, because I put things in modern day standards and I bring real questions and we have real conversations about what's going on today. And that's also why I have Ladies Night and Boys Club, because these exact same questions are going to be answered by men that are going to give you real life answers. and y'all people get to find out how far apart we really are.
But wait,
Right.
what are our answers? Are they not real life too? You see how he said that?
But
We're
no,
gonna hear-
I get what
But
he's
wait,
saying.
But
No,
do you hear
but
what he's
you're-
no?
they're-
No, but do you
they're
hear
for-
what he said?
but they're your
This
life.
is why we have boys club, because they're gonna give you real life answers. And what were you
No,
gonna say?
real
But
life.
wait.
You're giving real life answers now, but
Okay,
there's
that's what
a
I'm saying,
both of them.
there's a
Right.
disconnect.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the disconnect is, unfortunately, the more beautiful of a woman you are, the less people tell you how much of a fuck up you are, or how stupid you are, or how you're doing shit all wrong. Because 9 times out of 10, every dude that's ever wanted to fuck with you because you're attractive wanted to fuck you. So he's not going to tell you that you ain't shit. And then when you're 35, 45, 55 years old, and you're sitting here going, oh, I can't find a good man. Well, what you've never done is looked in the fucking mirror and go, well, you're the problem, because you've never done anything to fix yourself, because everybody told you were the shit because you look good. But the moment that shit disappeared and reality hits you, oh my God, I was the problem the whole time. And now nobody wants you.
I mean, I've personally never had that problem, but I get what you're saying.
Well, you personally haven't had that problem because you're not there yet.
I'm up there in age, but anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jake. So I don't.
But here's
I,
the di-
I,
hold-
I
but,
agree.
hold
I
on.
agree with
And
you to an okay.
But you gotta
so
look
what
at-
we have to understand in this world.
You have to
not
look
every-
at the finish line. The finish line, again, a woman is based off of how good of a man she can get, keep, and get his last name.
But says who?
Ooh.
Who says that?
Society, since
Society,
the
he
beginning
definitely
of time.
Right. But
Do
There's
we
no-
care about what you achieve, or do we care about you? Okay, this is the easiest way to do this. We go to a Christmas party. Women show up. Y'all are over there cackling. Guys are over here cackling, right? What are the first 3 questions women ask other women? Are you married?
Right, where's your man?
Do you
I was
have
gonna say
children?
that, Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Are
my
you in a
first
re-
question to somebody.
Not-
Was
no,
that my
no, no.
first question when I
These
met you?
are the first 3 questions
Girl,
that women ask women. Remove
Let's not go
yourself.
about that.
Remove yourself from the conversation and think about what questions other women ask.
But see, that's where goes to my thing. Not everything's black and white. Not everything is, oh, well, this is because what society says, that's what it is. I
It's the
think
typical
that's
stuff, I
that's
think is
something
what it is.
somebody has put out there that, oh, because society says it's this way, that's how
That's
it's
the
supposed
standards,
to go. That's the
yeah.
standards. And but if you think about it, it's not that.
well, if you're going to take that, then you also have to remove traditional values and the things that men used to do. So saying I want a traditional old-fashioned man, well, guess what? Society told you that's what men were supposed to be, and we're supposed to be the breadwinner. Remove that shit too.
But see, okay,
I'm
but
okay
here's
with
my
that.
thing on that, Bailey. So we say that, right? Like, oh, men are supposed to be. But I know women that are at this level. I know women that are this level and this level that have carried men. And then when we say that we've carried a man, oh, well, you found a bum. Oh, you didn't find the right man. So what? Do you see where I'm kind of trying to go with
Well,
that?
so this is the thing. Again, you just proved my point. Correct. They're gonna say you found a bum, and at the end of the day,
but that's society.
Hold on.
But
hold-
we're looking
no.
at reality, not what
But-
society says.
But fuck reality, because this is the thing.
What?
You don't keep the bum because the bum's not doing it for you.
Exactly. I get that.
So
I get
it's
that.
not society.
I totally get
it's
that.
also you. Your DNA tells you. Do you want a man that's taller than you?
Yes.
You want a man that's stronger than you?
Of course.
You want a man that's smarter than you?
No.
You don't want to.
I'm just kidding.
I cannot.
As smart,
Okay,
sure.
do you want a man that makes more money than you?
Yes.
That's all safety, security, and provision. That's also a man that is better than you. Why? Because the man is supposed to lead. So if he's all of those things, you know you're safe. You can't go against DNA.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Is it true that men try to find women that are below them? And when they see that woman is starting to go above them, that's when their so-called narcissism and gaslighting comes in to keep them below them so they can't go above them.
No, that's again, that's smoke and mirrors. That's what women tell each other. But it's not true. Like, there's no woman that technically, if she has that man, where he is below you. 2, a lot of things that are misrepresented. Say, oh, he's insecure. No, he's not insecure. As a matter of fact, the reason he said what he said and did what he did proves that he's actually secure with himself. You were actually insecure and didn't like the fact that he had and said what he said at that moment because you felt like it bottlenecked
So how
you.
does a man act when he's insecure?
So men aren't emotional. We're logical. So when you remove emotions, you don't have every emotion. There's only one emotion that a man will show.
Anger.
Anger. You have a kid, right? Boy or
Yes.
girl?
Both.
Okay. So your son, from when he was a infant, if you did something he didn't like, would he smack you, punch you, hit you, grab your hair, bite?
No.
Your 1-year-old, 9-month-old didn't do that because both of mine did.
No.
So you're okay. How old is he now?
He's 25.
25.
Dang, did I just give my age?
Okay. Think about
Maybe
this.
not.
Think about a time when little girls get angry, they throw fits. When little boys get angry, they break their toys. They throw stuff. They hit people. They bite. They fight. Men know one thing and one thing only. It's anger. It's the only emotion we truly harbor within ourselves.
But does every man have to show anger that way, even
It's
as an
the only,
infant?
unfortunately, it's the only thing we know. Again, we are testosterone. You are estrogen. The only way that I could truly show you what that feels like is to take you to a doctor and actually have a man's version, like amount of testosterone that a man would have, and have it shot inside of you, and then let you feel what it's like to truly be angry, and you have to harness that shit.
I mean, we have PMS. It's pretty bad.
But I heard men do too.
Have PMS.
Hold on, we got a lot of. Marcy said, "Happy wife, happy life." Mr. Bailey said, "What you put in a cup." Nisi said, "No."
No. What did he say no to though?
Rudy says Nino Brown also had a turkey giveaway. Be strong and ignore that shit. Nah, and then know it all. Not at all. Not at all.
What was the question that they were saying no to?
Yeah, what did Nisi say no to?
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was
I
a
remember
little
when
bit
it
ago.
popped up. We were talking about something else. Don't ask me what the hell. I was laughing at what you put in their cups.
But no, so when you're asking those questions, like, so there was a post that I put on my Facebook. Go read it. Or I say, ladies, please read this, because it actually tells you, like, as a man, we're always, why does he get to sleep around? Why does he get to do this? Why does he get to do that? Why do we have to wake up every day with our dick hard? Why do we we have literally
Morning
what's
wood
called
is real.
penis envy? Like, all the things you guys think we love about being a man and our sexuality, there's some things that's really fucking annoying, too. Like, walking around with a dick isn't always the greatest thing in the world.
Especially when it's
And
big
by the way,
and it get in the way.
when I asked that question, it was just really a question. Like,
I know, but
why do men really get to live that and women don't?
again,
We're not
Only
equal.
Because
some
I'm
women
saying-
don't, but because
that's
we're
what
not
I'm
equal,
saying,
absolutely.
Right? Because exactly right. Because if a man's not married by 45, what's wrong with him? But if a woman's not married by 45, oh well, you haven't looked in the mirror and seen what's wrong with you.
okay, here's the problem, or here's the solution and
okay, here
answer
we
to
go.
that. Do you have a biological clock?
Yes.
Everybody does, don't they?
Do
No,
I have a
women do.
biological
Yeah,
clock?
women do.
No. Men can have babies into their 80s, 90s even if they want to.
A woman, whether you guys like it or not, right? And this is, it sucks, but it is reality. Reality of the situation is, you as a woman reach your sexual peak around 15 or 16. And it lasts, men find you most attractive between 18 and 23. You then start to hit what is called the wall around 28. And by 35, 85% of your eggs gone. So if a man decides to marry you then and he wants to have a family, it's over. As a man, well, we hit our peak around 35 to 45 because we had to go through shit, build ourselves up, climb the corporate ladder, make money, get in shape, do all these different things in order to become attractive to you. Not for now, but for long term. So there's a difference. Unfortunately, this isn't explained to men and women anymore. These conversations aren't had. See, grandma used to sit around on a regular basis. If you ain't married by 23, it's too late for you. Now it's don't get married till you about 30, 35.
Well, I agree with that. Listen, because I got married when I was 21, and I don't know. I think that's too young. I mean, so of course, like our grandparents, like my
How
grandma.
old was he?
Why do you have to ask that?
Yeah, something we just gotta leave off the podcast.
He was 32. He was 32.
Okay, so he was almost there, but I'm going to say at the same time, we also have to look at time. I say this to women all the time. Ask your man if he was raised by one parent or two. If he says one, especially if his mom, just run for the hills. Same thing. A woman, ask her if she was raised by both of her parents. It shows.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we need guidance. And guess what? Men come with structure and discipline. And when that's not in the house, it's proven. Shit just doesn't work.
Hell, there's some people who was raised with both of their parents and they still don't have structure.
But the
Amen to that,
but the
girl.
percentage
Amen
of
to
that
that.
is a lot lower than those
I
that
think
didn't have it at
that's
all.
just, again, society and stuff like that. I think every situation is totally different.
Every situation is different, but whether we like it or not, we have this thing called statistics. And numbers don't lie.
That's true. I'm gonna need you to send me some of them statistics you're talking about these females
And they
not,
need to be
not
from-
being able to
they
have
need-
babies after certain ages. Cause
Actually, yeah, because I was, I did get tested and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just good. I'm fine. I don't know.
But that is far and few between. Look at
Because I heard that a woman's body isn't even prepared for pregnancy until almost the age of like 25, 30.
About 25?
You're like
your brain is developing until 25. Your body, that's why 14, 16, 18-year-old girls
I
have the
understand that-
easiest pregnancies in the world.
But I don't know. I'm just saying I was.
And their
told-
bodies pop right back.
But I don't know. I'm gonna just drink my cup.
You digress. We got you.
right, exactly. I mean, and I hear you, Bailey. I get a lot of what you're saying, and I agree. Like, because what you're talking about, like with the grandparents out, that's, to me, it's funny that we have all of these statistics and the societal views, and how much things have changed. Like, I've had conversations with people where we talk about how food has changed over the last 3 decades.
Yeah, it's so
After the
horrible.
last 4 or 5 decades. We talk about how the structure of life itself, how, when our parents, probably all of us in here, because we're probably within 10 years of each other, I'm pretty sure. Right. So, and I'm probably the baby, but that's okay because I'm always the baby.
How old are you?
I'm not telling you. I'm just saying I'm the
You
baby,
are the
okay?
baby. I can confirm. It's okay.
I'm the baby, okay? Just know
I'm
that.
44.
She's the baby. Like
I'm
I
the
said.
baby. I'm 30. I've just turned 36 in December.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that, in my lifetime, I know what I've seen change. I know that I can remember, I can see the things that have changed in the world around me from, being in conversation with people and talking about our grandparents and the things that our grandparents did, what we did when we went to spend time with our grandparents, visiting family, talking about our cousins, and just the sheer fact of how much time we spent together as a family to what I see happening now in the world.
Yeah.
It's completely changed. People have allowed for social media to just totally F them over.
So that's what I was going to say.
Just because it's on TikTok.
Social media is what changed everything. So I want you to think about this. Pre-2008. Okay. Pre-2008. Well, we're all around the same age, right?
Yep.
If you wanted to meet somebody, you had to leave your house.
Yep.
You had to go to a bar, club, church, grocery store. You had to be somewhere And the only people in your dating pool were the ones in your city, in your area, the ones that went out. The moment social media opened up, honestly, what it allowed to happen is people could see other people, other cities, other states, what's going on. Now, who did that benefit the most? Men or women?
Men.
Men.
You think so?
Yes.
When do men get flown out?
Well, I was just about to say, I guess it did benefit women more because now you've opened up a whole.
You can showcase yourself to all these different men.
Right. You can
Correct.
showcase yourself to anyone, anywhere in the world. And these people, all they got to do is hop in your DM and be like, girl, I'll fly you to Dubai.
But I mean,
Don't do
according
it.
to Ludacris, it benefited men, right? Yeah.
Okay, you can't compare a Ludacris to because
the average Joe, 'cause,
multi-millionaire. So I used to do. I was signed to Sony. I've been on tour with him. Okay, when you're going from city to city, state to state, that's my benefit. But guess what? I'm also up on stage, which there's a reason we put people up on stages because it makes you look up to them. Which is why y'all don't realize how short motherfuckers really are when they're on stage. Till you meet them in real life. You're looking up to them. That is a whole psychological thing. When you're looking up to them like that, guess what? It's a God complex. It's giving you the literal God complex. Which is why so many people look up to entertainers and our music artists and things such as that. Two, once that God complex is there and multiple women see you, the dude that was ugly in high school that nobody gave a fuck about, the moment that he got money, that's that security. No matter how the ugliest, fattest motherfucker in the world gets the baddest chicks if he's rich.
Biggie.
If he's rich.
Yeah.
He got Faith, I'm just saying, and Little Kim.
I mean,
She
there
was
are
cute.
some females like that. Like, but then you got some females that are real, and I've known some females
But you can't
that
take the
have
minority.
have been put in that position, and they're just like, I don't care how much money you have. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm just not attracted to you.
But is that the majority of women or minority of women?
No,
Minority.
that's definitely
for
a
sure.
minority.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when it's the minority, that number does that they don't count. Because you got 5,000. You're doing a show in front of 10,000 people. Okay, let's say 80% of them are females. Cool. So 75% of them want to fuck you or get pregnant by you. You got fucking Drake putting hot sauce in condoms after the fact. And they're still, I'm gonna go ahead and put this red covered semen inside of me. There's no way in hell it's different. What hot sauce is doesn't change the color?
I don't know one. But anyway. I didn't even know that story, so I'm over here perplexed right
I
now.
think that's the.
All right, next question. Do you believe in soulmates and why?
Soulmates. Depends on what the interpretation of the definition is.
Yeah.
It's how you interpret it.
Do you? Yes, it's according to you. Do you believe in soulmates? Whatever that
Gotcha.
means to you.
And why?
Yes, but not in the way that most people think about it.
Right.
A soulmate can be it doesn't have to be the opposite sex. And I feel like you can
It
have
doesn't have to be somebody you're in a relationship with.
that part.
Sexually,
None of that stuff. And also you can have several, I think. Because you can have several people that you have soul ties to
She's
or whatever.
got a polyamory soul.
No, that's
No,
what,
I'm joking.
see,
It's a
that's
joke. No,
that's-
it's a joke. Don't take everything so serious. Again,
But
I
I-
talk shit on
I
here.
get it.
Fuck, though.
Look,
But
she was ready.
But that could also be it though, right? That
it
also-
could be.
That
He's
could
got-
be their soulmate.
Actually,
Like those.
he's onto something.
I mean, I get it. I get where you're coming from. But what we're trying to say is that yes, there is soul ties, but it's not necessarily somebody that you're sexually involved with. Somebody
True.
that you're
It's
it
not
could
how
be a
people
friend.
like to
It could
think
be.
that it is.
It could be anybody, right? Like, don't you feel like you're so tied to your children?
I know so here's the thing. Y'all making me do shit I don't even want. I ain't supposed to be in these fucking conversations.
Well, you're here
But
now.
listen, you're here now.
Look, y'all. This only happens with people that I fucking know. I'm gonna stop getting people on here that I know. All right. So, do you wear the same clothes every day?
No.
No.
Okay. Do you have more than one parent?
Yes.
Most people have more than one kid.
Right.
Yes.
You have more than one lover in your entire life, right?
Yes.
So clearly you have more than one fucking soulmate.
Right. Absolutely.
And sometimes like you have friends that will sometimes ride all of life out with you.
Yes.
Okay, that could be soulmate of a different.
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly what I was meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
when I say that, like it's a joke, but at the same time, it's like it's really real.
Yeah.
Which goes into something a whole totally deeper. But we ain't getting into that shit tonight. So
Okay.
Different episode.
Val,
Okay.
do you believe in soulmates and why?
So I know you're going based off of my post.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Because
Woman, do you see all these damn questions? This ain't got shit to do with you. Listen.
No,
Keep
because
your-
I seriously posted something like this the other day. I said that, 2024 has already started to show me some things, and that in 2024 I realized that I had to let go of soul ties, and not just meaning relationship wise, but also meaning like friendship wise. And then somebody posted on there like, well, how many relationships did you have at one time that you have all these soul ties? And it's not that, right? I could have been with somebody 5, 6, 7 years down the line, and somehow, some way, my soul was still attached to them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I meant, where I'm a person that I have allowed people from my past, whether I was in a relationship with them not, that I didn't at some point realize that the season was over, and I have let them stay attached to me somehow, some way, even if they shouldn't have been. So I had to learn to be like, okay, you know what we had or whatever, whether it was a friendship.
You have to cut the soul ties. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. I feel
But so in your world, are soul ties and soulmates
the same.
concurrent? Like they're the same thing?
No.
They come.
No.
So okay. So
No. I feel like soulmates, you don't ever let them go.
Okay, so that's the question now. The question is
Like
here.
soulmates,
Do
I don't-
you believe in soulmates and why? So not soul ties, soulmates. And keep this in mind. I thought of this show 2 weeks before Christmas is when I came up with all this shit. I knew I was starting 2024 off with this. So nothing on this show is about one individual person ever. These are actually all questions that have come up in my 6 years of having this podcast.
Gotcha.
So do you want to readdress the soulmate question?
Soulmate questions, yes, you have soulmates. Like, what was the question?
Do you believe in soulmates and why?
Yes, I believe in soulmates. And I think all the talking I've done has explained why I believe in soulmates, not
Okay.
soul ties.
Okay, got you.
I think you can let go of soul ties, but not soulmates. I think some people just are intended to be in
Go
your
through
life.
many lifetimes with them. That's what it is. That's why I say soulmate.
Right, because that's exactly what I
You
was
may
doing.
have
Because
a
it's
season
beyond
in
this
this
experience.
lifetime, and then in your next lifetime or your previous lifetime, you were mated together in whatever way. So yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Well, for you guys that get that good dick, give that shit out sparingly.
Yes, that's a whole nother subject though. Men need to learn
What you
that.
back there whispering about, lady?
We need
We need to
to take a break.
What you need a break for?
We've been drinking.
We're girls.
We need to
We
need to make
got things
the
we need
rest-
to do for ourselves,
Somebody need a bathroom break?
Hell
Yes.
All three of y'all?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
At the same time?
Yes.
Wow.
There's only one bathroom.
Wow.
Ladies, listen. Anybody that knows me knows I have a baby bladder. I'm just saying.
Ladies
know,
and
y'all
gentlemen,
know.
do y'all see this shit?
Y'all know.
Look, they are the one in the
Listen.
middle really trying to gang up on me.
Val.
What did I do?
Marcy said soulmates don't come along very often. Once you found one, they never really leave you. One of mine just passed. I feel lucky. Rudy said bars. I'm pretty sure I know what he said that. And then the father's purpose is to lower his son's sensitivity. And then he said that's not mate. That's
Gotcha.
to your soul ties thing. Who wants to go to the bathroom first?
That would be me.
Tiny bladder.
That's right. Y'all know.
So go ahead through this door and then to the left. So go through the darkness to the left.
Oh Lord. Not through the darkness.
Now, we gonna get back to where we was at. Soulmate, for you, miss, Coco.
I definitely believe in soulmates. I think I believe in soulmates because I've had friends that were soulmates. I agree. They're definitely not. I think the common ideal of soulmate is that a soulmate is the person that comes to find you to be your partner forever in life, and you're gonna have children together. And that's the common ideology, especially for women.
Right.
But I honestly believe, like we said, soulmates they cross all spectrums of relationship types. Sometimes they may just be a local person that that you just really vibe with. Every time you go to the local market, that bag boy y'all just vibe when you going through your line and everything's just so lovely.
Hey, she looking at the bag boy. Okay.
So, I'm not looking at the bag boy like that. I'm just saying, like, it could be that simple. People always elevate. We always just have such high ideals about things like soulmates and soul ties and things that are really truly of a spiritual nature. And it could not be a bad thing, but I'm just saying, we tend to demean certain things, like because it was the bag boy. Look at you talk about she's looking at the bag boy. Yeah, of course I'm looking at the bag boy, because he's just as important as me. He has a purpose and serves a good reason. He does something and serves his community in this world in a good way. And maybe every time I encounter him, we have a great interaction and we have a great energy exchange. And it's something that gives something to me and him. And that guy could just be a soulmate. That bag boy could be a soulmate that we often cross paths. And a soulmate could also be the best friend that I've had since 10th grade that I can't get rid of.
Okay, so I know that this gets asked by a lot of men to women, but as a woman, I'm going to ask you as another woman.
Okay.
Do you believe that women can have male friends and never have any sexual?
No, don't answer that question because that is one of my questions. It's the next question.
Damn, I should have just done this interview for you, huh?
You stay out of my goddamn question.
I can't see that far.
But that's what you want to go there.
I mean, yeah.
Who's going to the bathroom next?
Me.
Okay.
But yeah, so the answer to that question is yes. The why is just because I've been in tune and I've had enough experience in life. I did not gain that from someone else telling me that soulmates exist. I gained it from my own deductions and my own processing in life. So I definitely do believe in them.
Okay. Next question, which she's already hinted on that motherfucker, so I already know she's what it is. Do you believe? Okay, actually, hold on. I'm gonna read it exactly as I wrote it, but I gotta find it. Where the fuck is it at? Can men and women truly be platonic friends? Platonic, 100% no sexual anything in between the two.
No.
And why?
So I do believe that men and women can be friends and never actually engage in any sexual activity. However, one or the other feels some type of way that the other doesn't. So a woman can look at a man as just being her friend. She's not interested in him in any way, but she thinks he's a great person. Deep down, the guy, he probably wants something more with her. He would have sex with her if she said yes.
I hear no lies.
I hear no lies either.
Yeah.
I would definitely have
Just
to
the truth.
agree with that. I think it happens in that way more often than not. It's not common for it to be the opposite, but it does happen. It does happen that women, gain friendship with a dude, and I think oftentimes, I think the difference is that sometimes guys start a friendship off with a female, knowing that they're attracted to this chick or there's something about her that's attractive to him.
I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I don't agree.
I'm not saying it always happens that way.
It never
I'm just
happens
saying
that way.
What?
Wait, I want to hear your point first, and then I want to hear
Right.
why
Then I want to hear
disagree.
what you're disagreeing with and why. I'm saying that I think more often it happens that men enter a relationship with a female, and maybe there's nothing there, but as time goes on, it builds. He wants to be more than that. But I think I'm sorry, but I think there's always some small little eensy taint, as cats say, eensy tainchy weensy, just a tainchy weensy little nightchy, just a little bit,
Nightchy?
just a nightchy.
It's a new word.
It's not micro,
Minute.
it's nightly.
Coco, you drunk already? you
Shut up.
That,
No, that's
Tennessee
just
whiskey.
that's just me. Anyway, I think there's still there. I think there may be something so small that this could be something more, an idea that this could be something more within that guy. And I know for a fact females will do that.
Marcy said, most male friends I have found were after sex, hoping I offered it.
Yep. She is correct.
Don't sit your little ass down because you about to be
Ow.
in this.
Pull your shit up. Girl.
I'll let you sit down first.
Okay, hold on. There you go. What happened to the pen? Do you know? Did it fall on the couch?
It went somewhere.
Oh my God, it's right here. Okay. Thank you.
Up in her case, you know.
So the question that we're asking right now is the one that you said, which is, can men and women be platonic? No sex involved. Platonic friends.
Yes.
Okay, talk about it.
I have several friends. I come from an environment where I, have a lot of, like, you know how, like, they say, like, you find your family sometimes, like, it's not necessarily who you were birthed into. And I have friends that, we've been through some shit together and we've done some things together. And I have brothers that the world has given me that are truly my brothers. And I have never done anything with them. Or have they ever disrespected me in that way, or like even conversations, nothing. Like, I truly have those. So I truly believe that yes, a woman can have a friendship, a relationship with a male without it being sexually involved.
But that's keywords. Woman can have. You missed it. Where it was like, so any of those brothers that you have,
How
if
did you?
were to come on
I'm
to them,
gonna do this. How did you meet them?
Through life?
Where? How?
I mean, just going through situations in life. It might have been through a business opportunity. It may have been at a party. It may have been through an experience. It may have been just...
Have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
Yes.
Okay. Did you? I want you to watch this video back at a minute and let's say 26 minutes, an hour and 26 minutes. You see the ass you have on you?
The what?
ass, girl.
Your ass, woman, your ass.
But oh my God.
So this is what you missed. That's why I was saying, like, just because you look at him as
See,
a friend,
you
that
look-
doesn't mean he looks at you like
See,
that.
this
If
the
you
thing.
gave him the opportunity, he would.
I'm gonna ask both of you a question. Have you guys ever gone on a date with a man that you knew you had no romantic anything for him or with him?
No.
You've never gone out on a date with a guy
No.
that you were not
I would
romantically.
never waste a guy's time like that.
Okay, thank you.
Dom DeMarco.
Do other women do that?
Yes.
Okay. Do men take women on dates that they don't plan to sleep with?
No.
Wait, what was the question?
Do men take women on dates that they don't plan to, or at least, I'll add to that, want to, wish to, sleep with?
No.
No.
Okay.
Not
Do
never.
men become friends with females?
Yes, for the
Yes.
intention of one day sleeping with them if they can.
Dom DeMarco.
See, this is the thing.
There's no way around
Most men and women become friends because you friend zoned him.
that. Yeah.
He probably initially hit on you, but you gave him brother, friend. See, y'all say that shit today. Oh, yeah, this is my brother. This is my friend. Right? So you know what we do? We remove the sexual innuendos from that, and we wait for the drunken night, the super shitty boyfriend that makes it all clear that he's the one because he's never done you wrong. Again, I have another video.
Yeah.
New statistic: 50% of even married women have a backup plan, and guess who those men are?
Bailey, you're telling
They're
me
The ones that they
friends.
friends.
The men in the friend zone. I'll
So,
let you
Bailey,
guys watch
you've
it after
never
this.
met a female that you just say,
Girl,
this-
no.
Listen
Don't
to me.
just stop there.
No. Let me tell you this.
No.
First and foremost, I don't even have female friends. You know why?
Why?
What benefit do I get from a female friend?
Wow.
Same benefit that you may get from a male friend.
Okay, well, me and my homie goes out. Who's paying for dinner?
You guys split it, right?
Yeah, he pays for his shit. I pay
Yeah.
for my shit.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend go out to dinner. Who's paying for it?
Usually the guy.
I am.
Guy, but
Okay,
I mean,
me and my homie go out. He gets up in some shit. Who's fighting that fight?
But I've gone
He
out.
is.
But I've gone out with
No. Hold on.
Hold on. But I've gone out with homies where it's like 2 or 3 of us, or a couple of us, and we've all just split our own meal. Like
Because he
Again,
knows you're not
con-
gonna
I mean,
fuck.
we did that on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Congratulations, you're
you know,
still.
But I mean,
we're
me and
talking
Tiana just
about
did that Saturday when we went out with homies. There was a couple of female friends. There was a
Again,
couple of homie friends.
majority.
And we all
Still
split
pay
You're
for me.
still taking majority and minority, and you're
But that's different.
You're-
That's totally different.
you're. And again, remove yourself from this conversation. Because I swear, every time the conversation has, people make it about themselves. Remove yourself from the conversation. Because I can come up with times where I can go that
because
happened
I can
too.
only go based on my experience on what. See, right? Because you want to go on society, right?
No.
You
We're-
want me to take myself out of society, but not put myself in society and tell you my experiences?
Well, your experience isn't the masses.
How?
Because
I
you're
mean-
not every woman, and every woman is
So
not
in
you.
other words, you're different.
Yeah, we're rare.
Oh.
You didn't get that memo?
Oh, we're
Ma'am.
Capricorns.
Ma'am.
Hello. Okay, I get it now.
So, if I go out with my guys and a situation happens, 9 out of 10, the guys are going to take care of themselves. We don't have to go jump on this dude. He's going
Right.
to beat his ass. I go out with a female friend, a dude fucking does some bullshit to you. What am I required to now do?
Go fight the guy.
That I now have to stand up for you and do all. Guess what? You're getting boyfriend/husband benefits, but I'm not getting no wife benefits. You ain't fucking me. You ain't sucking me. You ain't doing shit. So why would I? What am I gaining from that, homie?
Homie.
I know that's right. Right. I know that's right. I'm not mad at it because that is true. I have a really good friend, and I remember the day he asked me this question. He goes, are men and women? Are men and women equal? And I said,
Fuck no.
no.
No, we're not.
And it's not. But I feel like as we're talking about society, that is where things have really, really just got so, like you call it, smoke and mirrored out. Like we really have people out here who really believe that men and women are equal. What's that? I remember when the advertisement came out in the 90s. It was like Serena Williams and Michael Jordan. Anything you can do, I can do better.
yeah.
That song.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's
Right,
I
but
can do
Serena
anything
Williams-
better than you.
Serena Williams played a 100-and-something ranked man who was having a hangover in a tennis match, and he blew her out the fucking water. The number one female, same thing, the women's soccer team played a high school boys soccer team and couldn't even score a single point. They sell equality. They sell anything I can do. I can do better.
They sell that, yes.
They sell the fuck out of that shit, and women buy it, right? Until she hits a motherfucker and he hits her back.
Or
Yeah.
in today's world, and here in 2024, until the man who decided that he wanted to be a woman goes and becomes a woman, and they are now allowing them to play in sports with women.
Yeah, and they blow them out the water.
And you're in the octagon with this whole ass man who looked like a woman because he want to be identified as a woman, but he's genetically a man, and she gets the dog shit beat out of her.
Thank you again.
And hospitalized. But we want to deny the fact that we're not equal. That doesn't even make sense.
Men and women can't be platonic friends, which means no sex is ever on the table. I mean, honestly, no, I'm lying. You can.
If you've already done it.
No, he's gonna be gay.
Oh, well.
He's gonna be gay. If he's not
That's
gay,
true.
he's not your friend.
That's true.
Because
No, that's definitely
Actually,
true.
I've had gay male friends
right,
that still want to fuck.
What?
And hold on.
I always hear
I was
that
gonna-
if I was straight.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same, but I was gonna say that changes too, and the reason for that is, again, you're gonna do something, and his DNA gonna kick in. You gonna do something like, see, y'all be at the with your little gay friend, he be all flamboyant and shit.
I've had
out
the
there doing
gayest
his
of
thing,
friends, let me tell
right?
you.
And then you take that fat ass and put it up against him, and then all of a sudden his dick gets hard, and now he trying to get away from you because he's like, oh shit, I'm feeling something. Girl, if I was straight, I would fuck the shit out of you. You ain't gotta be straight.
Yeah, you don't gotta be straight.
Your dick is straight. It got real straight for a real quick second, and you didn't like it. So,
Yep.
there
I can attest.
is a difference.
Wow.
See,
I never had that one.
I wasn't
yeah,
trying to go
but
there,
so
but
yeah.
I'm not saying I did it. I'm just saying.
No, I
it
know.
was
I get it.
offered,
No,
and
I
was
ain't saying I
like,
did
whoa.
it. But yeah, I get what
Thought
he's
you were
saying.
a whole female.
And
What's
that means we're saying that public service announcement, can we stop denying biologicals? Because
right.
this is not, because what Bailey just said was that we're not talking about something that is strictly psychological. We're talking about genetics. We're
Genetics,
talking
right.
about what nature has done for us as men and women, and we just want to say, F that, we can do it our own way.
So you know why these questions are set up this way?
No.
Why?
You can tell us, though.
So what I'm going to do, yeah, I can see my ugly ass for a minute. So what's the whole point of this is, once I get 10 females, 10 guy shows, 10 ladies night, 10 boys clubs, I'm going to get a much larger space, and I'm going to do a couple of shows where the men and the women are together. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to take your actual answers and guys' actual answers and put those together. Why? Because what's happened is, again, it's going to show how far apart men and women are today. But what it proves more than anything is you can't defy DNA. Men's answers, whether we like it or not, are going to be based off of our DNA. All of y'all's answers is also based off of your DNA. Now, there's always going to be the one-off here,
I have a lot of questions.
the one-off there. There's the exception to the rule. But the exception to the rule doesn't make the rule.
That's right.
And that's the difference. But everyone, unfortunately, thinks they are exceptional. Thinks they're the exception to all of the rules.
I just feel like everything.
Okay, but stop right there. Don't tell me what you feel. Tell me what you know. See, feelings come and go, but the things that you actually know are real. They're not fleeting, and they're never going anywhere.
So what if somebody didn't say, hey, this is what society says? What if we just went, like, isn't that what we're supposed to go based on? Society is like man-made, like government, like that's something totally different. So if we go based just on what we do as humans, like I'm just telling you, like, my life experiences, what I've gone through, what I've seen for myself firsthand. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You know,
I'm not, because John says that this is what's
not. So here's the thing. It's not what I say, which is why I stay out of the conversation. I'm in the conversation now because I know you guys, and we can have a real conversation. Y'all ain't gonna take it personal, right?
right.
But here's the thing. Fuck you. Fuck me. Fuck T. Fuck Coco. There are younger people that watch my show that are dating.
Right.
And
Right.
they're in society.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you can't deal with societal norms to get to a point to where you can find someone, be happy, and procreate, This is
We in
all
trouble.
for nothing.
Right.
Guess what? By 2030, they've already said that women between the ages of 18 and 30, more than 50% of you will be single and childless. Grab your phones right now and look up She Economy, Nike, Lululemon, Starbucks. All of these companies are banking on you staying single because single women spend more money in the economy, which is why it's called the She Economy. The longer you can stay single, the more money you put into the economy. But the bad part about it is we got about 70 years left because for the last 80 years, we've been sliding on our replacement rate, as in your electrical workers, your concrete workers, your construction workers, your power grid workers. All these people won't be here anymore because no one's making fucking babies. So no one's taking those jobs.
I need to make a phone call. I gotta get to work. Oh shit,
Girl.
everybody, yo, hey, can we get to? Somebody need to start making some more baby making music. Is there any artists out there for that? Come on now.
Pedophiles and rapists.
Just go ahead and turn on
Kelly
90s old school.
He said, just go.
And because think about the music.
Okay.
That's a whole
Music
other
has
conversation.
changed.
It has intensely.
So
Right. That.
Speaking to the mic.
What about females that were like had children young, had marriages young, and lived that, and didn't experience their life took them into marriage and babies really fast, right, at a very young age, right? Okay, so now it's like, and that some, because they rushed into it, or they felt that that's what they needed to do because they were at that age, and then they
unfortunately, I
realized,
have to stop you there because our grandparents did the same fucking thing and they stayed together for 60, 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
So where were you?
The difference between their generation and our generation is, again, social media. They didn't think they had all these other fucking options. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to be honest. All these women that felt like they had so many options and left their baby daddy or went and fucked Juju on the block because he was the hot nigga at the time.
Oh my God.
Right? And end up pregnant with him. And she thought that the nice guy was going to come save her. Are 35, 45 years old not being saved. Kids are leaving the house. You're a young empty nester. Now, more than ever, you see in the clubs, older, somewhat attractive Stifler's mom.
Stifler's mom.
And the thing about it is, as a man, and I'm going to be super honest, we just fucking you. We're not taking you serious for marriage. There's no benefit to you.
but why are men at that age not married? What's the difference between women not at that age being married and men at that age not being married? What's wrong with y'all?
You control who has sex. Men control relationships and marriage. Do you ask us to marry or do we ask you to marry?
I mean, if we're looking at society, I mean,
But again,
let's look at how many times has a woman in this day and age have asked a man to marry them?
And how many of those men said no? And
It's
almost
wrong,
all of
but
those
but
men.
it happens, right? Because things have switched up, things
But
have changed,
almost all
society
those
has
men-
changed. Am I wrong or am I right?
But almost all those men say no.
Right.
Almost
Does it
all
not
of those
happen?
men. Look at TikTok. You love TikTok. Get on TikTok. All them niggas are saying no. This is the thing. If a man sees you as a wife, he wifes you. If he doesn't see you as a wife, you can ask him 100 million times. He's still going to say no.
Like, nope.
And that's masculine. Now you're taking my role.
Right.
Now.
So what about the men that do say yes? Like, these are just questions in general that I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
again,
just like you.
You're asking questions of men that for me don't fit the profile of a man. Because I'm a fucking man and masculine as
very
shit.
feminine.
And at the end of the day,
Right.
I'm not
But
going for
I
that
see
shit.
that in a lot of men.
But hold on.
There are a lot of feminine men.
To answer your question, men are looked at. See, this is the thing. When we go back to that Christmas party, we gonna come to the man side now. Now, when you come to the man side, do you got a degree? What's your job title? As a matter of fact, on the girl side, do you have a man? What's he do for a living? Men get accolades for what we achieve, not whether we get married or not. As a matter of fact, that's why motherfuckers that can fuck a lot and on a regular, that nigga's a pimp. He's a player. That nigga the shit. But this is the difference, and this is what hurts women more than anything. Put 100 men outside this door, and you take your little short, fat booty ass out there and say you want to fuck. How many of them niggas gonna fuck you?
I can't stand them.
All of them.
How many of them niggas gonna fuck you?
Ain't none of them gonna say no.
100% of them.
Okay, now I'm gonna take my thick ass out there and I'm gonna with 100 women and say I want to fuck. How many of them women gonna fuck? 3 or 4, and you know what they gonna say? But you at least
Damn, I
gotta,
was gonna give him 50%.
you gotta at least take me out on a date. You gotta at least take me out, get to know me. We have to work for sex. You don't.
At all. Yes, you are right.
So we're not gonna give you accolades for something you don't work for. And that's why men get props, because a man that can fuck many women means he's brought something to society. He's created something that women actually admire and want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Well,
Suck on that.
See, the best analogy is, as a woman, when you hit puberty and you get the body and all that shit starts popping out and everything starts getting nice, you're a trust fund baby. You're giving $1 million up front. Now, y'all get mad when 17, 18, 21, 24, you gave your money away, a.k.a. had babies, got married. It was the wrong dude. Now you're out here broke and lonely because you spent all your money on the wrong shit. And then get mad at the man who worked his way up to get his $1 million, and now he's investing it correctly. And then you go, no, you can't do that. Don't fuck her. Don't fuck her. Don't do this. Don't do... why? When you had your money, you was out living your best life. We don't play by the same rules. And the thing about it is, you are giving money. I have to earn my shit.
I get it.
That
I
was
get
where
it.
you
It
should've
was-
hit it.
Like, they're just questions that I see arise and like.
Nisi
go
said
through.
no to body count. She must have went back and watched it from the beginning.
She understands.
You know what I'm saying? And they're just questions that I wanted to ask. You know, like they're.
But
not,
again, and this is I think I need to open up probably a different night for an open forum night for just interviews again, where we have these real conversations, because
I think the problem is that you want me to you want me to take myself out of the equation and ask these questions, and I'm not. I'm asking them based on my experiences and things I've seen through people and.
Well, no,
stuff
I don't.
that
It's not the fact that I per se want you to take yourself out of it. Is I want you to think about the people that are watching this show, right? And they may not relate to what you're talking about, which is why even my posts on Facebook and all the different platforms are on, they're never about anyone. They're super general. And when I go and I respond to people's stuff, although people always make it about themselves, that's that narcissistic aspect. That
So I'm a
narcissist. We already said all of us are narcissists.
I
Again,
mean-
we love everything to be about us, but it's harder. See, this is the thing. You're an attractive woman. Every dude that's ever fucked with you has made it about you. So you don't know what life is like to not be about you.
You got to think outside of yourself. It's a stage. There's stages, you know. You got to think outside of yourself and think about what, like he's saying, like what society does. What do you see the average woman doing? Maybe you're not the average woman.
Sometimes you have to just take yourself out of the conversation and look at your fucking friends and who
you.
they date and how they date.
That's what I'm.
And the
those
shit.
are your-
Okay.
I don't want to say. So some of your friends, a lot of your friends, they're just your average woman.
Right.
There's the majority of people are average people, and then there are some that are not. But you can't count them. Like he was saying, they're not part of those statistics. Those are the minority.
Right.
They're not the majority.
We're talking about the
then
majority.
and then on
Doesn't
top of
apply.
that, look at the current world we live in today. If you ask a woman on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you? What do they all say now?
Most
I'm
of
a
them say
10.
I'm a bad bitch.
Okay. If
All
you're a
that.
10,
Yeah.
that
I'm a
means
boss.
if you're a 10, that means that there's no room for improvement, which
Right.
makes you perfect.
Me,
Well,
I
if
say
you're
I'm a
fucking
solid
perfect, how come you don't have a dude? Like I say this to women all the time. If you are everything that you say you are, because I have a whole plethora of females posting these posts on their shit about this is what you do to keep a good man. This is what you do to keep your man happy. This is how you do this, and he gonna love you forever. Bitch, you single.
Yep.
You saying all the right shit, which I will give you that, but I know you don't practice it because you're not ugly. You're very attractive, but you're single as fuck, which lets me know one of two things. You out here just being a thought pocket, and niggas is filling your hot pocket.
Ooh.
And ain't shit else happening. You ain't getting nothing else out of the situation. Or all the shit you preaching ain't real because when niggas fuck with you, they find out that you really ain't shit and they're gone.
Well, damn, baby.
But niggas be out here selling tickets, and I say this shit all the time. Niggas need to stop faking. See, they out here wearing shit, putting shit on, saying shit, acting shit, living a certain lifestyle they can't even fucking afford, but it looks good in pictures. And y'all buy the shit. Women need to stop going off of what men say and start going off of what men do. Because real men
Amen.
do.
Amen.
Real men don't talk.
Amen.
And that is the difference. And the problem with that is, unfortunately, even when that real man does talk or gives you good, proper advice, y'all hate it. You don't want to hear it. Because it makes you be accountable for yourself. And when you have to be accountable for yourself, that means you have to become a better woman.
Absolutely. And now I
And
don't
that's
think
hard for people to do.
I was just about to say that's not just with women though, that's with men too. And I think that's what I love about the whole idea of what you're doing with boys' night and ladies' night, because there is a huge gap there. You know, the art of communication is definitely a dying art, and there is a huge gap between what men are talking about between amongst themselves,
Right.
and what they view as issues, what things are important to them, what things are high value to them, and what those same things are on our side as women.
There's a huge disconnect.
And I think
Very
that gap, if you're
it
right,
goes
if we
back
don't
to-
feel that gap,
and it goes back to
we
what
in trouble.
Bailey said at the beginning of the podcast is there's a like communication is going extinct. Like there's no that communication, so that's where that disconnect comes in because nobody's communicating with each other.
Yeah, and I think that, but I feel like what he's saying. I agree. That is true. And what he's saying is that part of the reason why that communication isn't there is because I believe that on both sides, we don't want to be.
This kills communication.
Yes, it
Cell
does,
phones.
because people. So in today's world, 90% of people communicate through text message. You're interpreting that text message based on yourself. What you think their tone is,
Not what
you
their-
feel like, what they're saying, what your perception is of that text message, not based on, okay, we're having a phone conversation or we're sitting in front of each other and we're talking and I'm looking at your body language, I'm looking at your face, I can hear your tone of voice. Text message has a tone, but it don't have a tone. Like, come on, it's about your
You could be in your
interpretation of it.
feelings
I
that
kn-
day and
I know,
interpret it a
and-
whole different way than what they said.
Because I also know, like, in my growth, like I've had a conversation with people and I will listen to them and like there's something in me like that will just stay quiet on the phone and like not respond to them. And I don't know, it's because I'm absorbing what I want to say or I'm taking my words in or my thoughts in.
Oh, I feel you.
But
I do
the
same
minute
thing.
they hang up, I have a whole lot shit to say and I'm texting. And so like that's something like within me that I'm still trying to figure out. Is it like
It's just a lack of communication. You don't
I
know
was
how to
gonna
express
say-
yourself in the
but
moment.
it's not a lack of communication because like I know what I want to say.
No, it's true.
No,
because I can
again, hear what I
communicate-
said.
Hold on.
It's
It
lack of
can
communication because you can't express yourself in the
I
moment.
was gonna say
Yeah.
You got to do it in the moment, in real time.
emotional
So,
constipation.
and then feel this, right? And understand this.
But I
'Cause-
feel like also it a part of it is the
So you
fact
stop
that
feeling. Talk about what you know.
okay. that I've learned about myself is that not to speak in the moment, because what I may feel at this second is not something I'm going to feel 3 seconds from now.
But the problem with that is right now is your true emotion, which is what actually needs to come out.
Right.
So like our banter on Facebook, it's a lot different than here when we're in person, right?
Right?
Right.
You were triggered on Facebook. You were in your feelings, motherfucker. But here you understand, like, it's not that serious. It's just conversation. But see, when people get behind the keyboard of a phone, it's different.
Yeah, they got monster balls. They think they're untouchable. They don't have to be accountable.
Right.
They don't have to answer.
But here's the thing, too. Me and her have only talked on the internet. She hadn't actually met me to find out, okay, this nigga just be talking shit and having fun. He's really not taking this serious. Mm-hmm. I do things that give message for people to learn. And sometimes, yeah, I'm going to talk a little extra shit to show, and hopefully, like, I say this to people all the time, go back and read the fucking messages. Read the fucking comments. Read what was put there. It's emotion versus logic.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Emotion versus logic. Man. Which one wins?
It's kind of, I guess.
I was just having this conversation.
I guess
the other day.
I guess text messaging is like labeling somebody, right? Because you send a message with your emotions behind it, and you expect that other person to get your emotion behind it, whether it's joking, whether it's mad. Because I've texted something on some serious shit, and then they be like laughing my ass out, like, you're funny. I'm like, no, motherfucker, like, I'm not playing.
But if you
and
were
then
on
it's
the
vice
phone,
versa.
though,
Sometimes I'm sending something as a joke.
And that's why I say
And
stop
then they're
texting
like-
people and
but
pick
if
up
you
the
were on the
phone.
phone or in person, it wouldn't be interpreted as it's funny.
Stop texting and pick up the phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Don't
would've taken you
understand.
But this
seriously that way.
segue into the next, and I'll make this the last question because damn, this is the longest ladies' night, and we've only touched like 5 questions.
Told you. Well, you had your hands full tonight.
I mean, me personally, I love it. I've had podcasts almost 4 hours long. This shit.
I mean, you're the one shutting it down, not us.
If I ain't got nowhere to go, shit, I ain't got shit to
Listen,
do.
we cleared plenty of time for this, honey.
Okay, well, next question. Segue into the next question, which is, women are emotional, men are logical. And knowing that, do women truly mature faster than men?
Mature in what way?
I don't think that goes women.
Think about the question.
Okay.
Women are emotional,
Yeah.
men are logical. And knowing that, do women truly mature faster than men?
I don't like the wording of your
I don't
question.
like it
Just
either.
let
It's
me
such a
say that off the
complex
top.
question.
But
I'm gonna
that
say
what
being
way?
Like, I don't
said-
think it's men and women. I
Wait.
think if we look at it person to person, like his logic may, like, it just depends, right? Because his logic may not be with his logic. So that man may grow a little bit slower than that man, as versus that woman may grow slower than that man, but she may grow faster than that man,
Wait, I have an answer.
right?
Because I feel like this is
You
one of
know
those
what I mean?
questions to where there is no right answer. But
Right. That's exactly what I'm trying to
I
say.
feel like women mature faster emotionally. Men mature faster logically. So women are slower to gain logic after they've gone through all their fucking emotions and they've learned like that ain't it. You know, how you felt necessarily wasn't what it was or whatever.
Is
Bailey,
that your-
do you think
Is that your
women
final
and-
answer?
That is my final answer, yes.
Okay, what's your question, Val?
Do you feel that women answer on emotion and men like take their time and answer on logic? I guess, right? It goes back. I guess that's right.
So it's
If
not.
we go back to
again,
your
because I
question.
never make this about me. Who's more emotionally unstable, men or women?
Emotionally
I mean,
unstable.
it depends on what man and what woman you're talking
Okay,
to.
so who breaks glass windows? Who kicks in doors? Who
Again,
flattens
men.
tires?
I've seen men do
Who
it.
cuts up Jordans? Who burns clothes?
Okay, so
like I said,
stop,
I think
pause.
it depends on what man and woman you're talking to.
I think
It
he's
def-
aiming more towards women.
It definitely does,
From
but
how
what
he's
he's
posing that, but
He is, but it's for a reason. Like, we can name a whole list of people that we might know personally and celebrities that these females have acted out of sheer emotion. Your emotions, people with out of control emotions, instability, and inability to control their emotions will do reckless things. Always. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman.
True, but
So,
we're asking the majority.
In societal view, for the majority, it is absolutely that women are definitely more emotional and men do tend to be more logical. I believe that there's a lot that has to do with the development of the prefrontal cortex. But anyway, definitely, I believe that women, because they tend to become more in tune with their emotions, whether they learn to control them or not, they are more in tune with their emotions. And the fact that they aren't in control of them, it definitely makes for a very, very messy situation, like cutting up them Jordans and bleaching out them clothes.
Lighting shit on fire.
And
all that.
And you don't even have all the information. He ain't actually do what you thought he did.
So here's what I have to say to that.
I'm gonna give you my the reason that I say that is it's like this. If as a man we're in a relationship and I go out and you don't want me to go out, right? The moment that I leave, you create all these scenarios in your head about what's really going on until your emotions erupt. By the time I get home, the house is fucked up. You done cut up my shit. You done broke my cologne. You maybe trying to break my chains. Anything and everything, right? Which is why when you look at it, it's not mature. So people hate it when I say this, but really, truly ask yourself this question. In the world we live in today, what is the difference between children and grown women?
I saw this in one of those Kevin Samuels groups.
What you doing in a Kevin Samuels group? I'm not even in a Kevin Samuels
Right.
group.
I am, because I like to see where men's minds are at.
Okay, hold on. It says women are not taught how to control their emotions. Men learn quite young how to control themselves.
They're forced to learn how
I
to
think they're
control
forced
themselves.
to, yeah.
No,
I
we're
believe-
not. So this is the thing. We're not
I
forced.
think men can act on their emotions as well, but y'all just act differently. You're not burning
No.
clothes. You're not tearing up shit. You're not doing this.
I've
But
seen
you
it.
are so you.
But you get
are
angry and
definitely
jealous.
The acting on your emotions, but on different emotions compared to women's. I think y'all are, because y'all will, out of emotion, y'all will just go and talk to some bitch. Y'all will just go and sleep with some bitch. Y'all will just. You're
No.
putting yourself in the equation.
No.
You're putting yourself in the equation.
No.
You're putting yourself in it. You're
I got a so-called cheating question that's gonna come in. That's gonna answer that for you.
Okay.
But remember what I said earlier. What's the only emotion that men know?
Anger.
Okay, so
But you're still moving on that emotion.
But
It's still an emotion you're moving on.
no, I'm not saying that. No.
Nothing.
No. So no, I'm asking you to think about what the hell you're saying, because you're saying off of his emotion, he's going to fuck this bitch and he's going to do that.
Because
No,
you're
that's-
angry and you're moving on your anger emotion.
No, because men, when we get
Oh, okay.
angry, that's not actually what we do. We don't do that shit. As a matter of fact, we'll fuck just because.
No, you won't do that shit. Not all men won't do that shit. You won't do that shit.
Look, here's another reason that I love shows like this, because women always tell men what men won't do, but you've never been a man a day in your life.
But you're sitting here telling us what women would do.
This is why
No, I'm not
I'm
telling you.
Oh,
Kevin
I'm sorry.
Samuels
You're telling
groups.
us what is that word he's saying that society says we do? He's not saying necessarily that he's saying that's what we do, but he's saying that society is saying that's what we do.
Well, no,
but yeah,
we're-
when we're
we're
telling him what
looking-
we know men do, oh, that's you saying what men
Well,
do.
no,
That's
that's
not what
why I
society
asked
says.
you the question, and I
And
let
I'm telling you my
guys
answers, and then
answer.
you're telling me to take myself out of it.
Yeah, we still on that.
Oh my god.
Give her the love for that. I can't.
Take that bottle from her.
Don't pour more in my shit.
Take that bottle from her.
It's empty now.
It's done.
It's done. But am I wrong or am I right? Or am I confused? Because
You're a little confused.
You're
You
telling
might
me
be a
to
little bit
answer the
confused,
question
You're
as
confused.
me, but then you're telling me to take me out of it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. There's three of you guys here,
Yeah.
right? And I want you to also pay attention to that and listen to the answers of the ones that are around you. See, what happens is, and this is the emotional and logical. Emotional people only hear what they want to hear. Logical people have to listen to the entire aspect of what everyone says in order to give a full contextual answer. Which is why I don't have to bring up anything from what was said earlier unless it applies. Even the women that are around you are not agreeing with the fact that women aren't more emotional, which is an immature
I'm not saying
aspect.
women aren't more emotional. I'm saying that you asked, do women move on emotion as much as men do? And I said men can move on their emotions, but their emotion is different. Y'all's emotion is anger. Women's emotion is different than anger. Yes, do we move on our emotions more than men do? Yes, but there are men out there that do
Put it
move
in your
on-
mouth.
But there are men out there that move on their emotion of anger and don't know how to handle it. Just like there's a rare breed of women, there is a rare breed of men. And most
True, but hey, I'll give you that 100%. But that's why so many men, when we go through shit with y'all crazy women, we say we're leaving, we're going to take a walk, and then you chase us or hit us in the back or pound on our
there's men
chest
that do that
and say you're not
too.
going. I'm not.
and
this-
there's women that
I'm
won't chase
not-
you.
Here's the thing.
There's
I'm
women that
not-
won't chase you, and
I'm
there's women
not
that will chase
denying
you. There's
that.
men that will chase you and
But
women that won't chase you.
you're not-
That's why I'm so
this
confused.
is the thing. You are creating extra scenarios in a very black and white question.
Yeah.
Like you can't
But that's the-
enter.
You're doing the what
no,
ifs.
You're doing a lot of what ifs, not a.
I think it's
let-
because I realize the world is not black and white.
But see, this is the
And
problem. No.
and you're asking me to answer these truthfully, and I'm answering them truthfully because the world is not black and white.
No.
Unfortunately,
So here, and this is the difference. But again, this is why we do this. You know why things aren't black and white for you? Aladdin, Prince Charming,
Talk about this.
Cinderella. See, you get the benefit of living in La La Land. You don't have to face all of the world's responsibilities, which is why I said, what is the difference between children and grown women? There's a level of accountability that the world won't always hold your feet to the fire to. And the more beautiful you are, the more retarded you
know
can be, and no one's telling you no.
I do agree. So ironically, I was just talking to my kids, my daughters, about Disney movies earlier and about the image that they project. So they were talking about how they hated the Little Mermaid because all she did was, some dude fell into the water, whatever the fuck the story is. I don't remember.
Girl, I don't even know.
You get where I'm going with this shit.
Correct.
That's all that's all her whole fucking dream was some dude and then to get married and impress this guy. Like we are fed a lot of like delusions from childhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it makes
that's true. I do believe that. I totally agree that I had a conversation with somebody that said that Disney actually, or these love stories actually
it hindered us.
It hindered us. It put an expectation on what men should be. And that's what I'm saying. I personally, I don't look as Bailey as a man, or I look at you as Tiana. I look at him as Bailey, and I don't set expectations because what society has expected us to put on men and women is not what it is.
Boom. So you just. So again, what I said earlier is you're complicating something. You just told us why the world is actually black and white. The world is black and white. We convolute shit and make it harder than what it is. It's really finding love and being with someone for the rest of their life is actually easy. You know what you have to do? You have to understand what partnership is and that the person you're with isn't fucking perfect. And that just because they fucked up today doesn't mean that you need to go find a new motherfucker. Work with the one that you're with until you get it right, because you're not perfect. So to expect someone else to be perfect is an expectation that's never going to make it. And you're going to continue to cycle and recycle through people until you realize, fuck, I was the problem. And again, I will say this about Kevin Samuels is because I didn't watch him much, and I get compared to this motherfucker all the time.
You should join these groups
But
on
that's
Facebook.
but
Pretty
here
cool.
this is the crazy part. If I'm saying the same shit of somebody else that I did not watch, well, guess what? Clearly, men think the same way, but we don't say we're special. We don't say I'm different than the last nigga. Well, unless the nigga's trying to fuck.
Yeah. They all say that.
But as men, when we're all together, we all know we do say and act the same way. When FaZe was in and all niggas had the Nas fade, we knew it. But when Rihanna fucking shaved the side of her head and all y'all went and shaved the side of your head, you swore it wasn't because of Rihanna, it was because of you. Women started getting BBLs. Y'all started getting BBLs. I'm doing this for myself. You're a fucking lie. Because before BBLs was hot, you wasn't doing it.
True that. Spending all that money for your body to get rid of that fat for it to die off and leave you.
And then the other crazy part is I watch like I'm not doing this for a man. I'm doing it for myself. Okay. I can think of a lot of other things that you could have did for yourself to make yourself better. And you didn't have to touch your body.
No, absolutely.
Amen to that. Man.
Absolutely.
I believe that.
And that's what I like about what you just said too, about how you repeat we repeat the same relationship, different face, different person, but it's essentially the same exact relationship.
AKA insanity.
Right. Over and over again until you realize the whole time you've been the issue. And that's exact definition of insanity, doing the same mother effing thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So you want to keep perpetuating the same thing, thinking that it's going to create something different for you, but that's not. And in relationships and in life, I understand how we get there as a human, but at the same time, how long do you keep doing the same shit with a different person and looking at that person and thinking about all the ways that this person should and could and one day might be different, but never consider what it is that you're doing.
Ew. That's what he was talking about earlier about the narcissism thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Where we gaslight ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
get that.
and then I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. And the crazy part about it is like,
So have I been gaslighting myself all night?
Nobody playing with you, yo.
Marcy said, once you figure out what your past is, what your part of the failure is, you can heal and change.
I don't know. Like I
Here is this is my goal. See, this is my goal.
So I'm in this. Never mind.
My goal for this show is to help other people achieve some of the same things that I've achieved. If you look at the people that I've ever been in relationships with, they will never sit here and say he was a bad man. As a matter of fact, I've only dated for the purpose of marriage. And when I found out they're not marriage-minded, I left them. I've never actually been left. I leave them. I can call up all of my exes. They would gladly be like, let's get it. But I've never moved backwards. What I try to teach people is it's easy to fall in love. It's easy to find the right person. And it's easy to do things the correct way. But the first thing you have to do is fix yourself. And what's crazy is women break up in relationships, be like, I lost myself. I need to work on myself. And then they go get a relationship just to do the same shit. You know why you haven't worked on yourself? Who checked your work? Who told you what you did wrong or right in the relationship? It's usually what you told yourself you did wrong or right.
Or another woman.
So I'm going
or another woman,
Yep.
exactly.
Yes.
So I'm going to change this, and I'm going to date a different type of dude. And it's not the dude, motherfucker. And if you're going to work on yourself with a man.
But what if changing you consists of you dating another dude?
Well, that's what he just said.
That's what he just
Again.
said.
But he just said dating another dude is not the issue.
No,
It's
date
you.
a dude that is going to check your work, which means
Check you.
if you fuck up and he tells you fucked up,
You gotta listen.
accept it.
Yeah.
Listen to learn, don't listen to respond.
What dude are you taking that advice from?
The dude you're dating.
Well,
Right.
but hold on. Here's
Right, but you-
no, hold on. Now here.
But do you see where I'm going?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
The
And I'm going to
ginger
answer that. And this is the thing. Actions He better be safety. He better be security. He better be provision, and he better be a hell of a fucking leader. And you have to be willing to follow him.
But
And if
as a woman that is learning herself and learning to take that from a man, how does she know that she's taking that lead from the right man if she's so used to not taking it from the right one?
That's one of the questions that's asked all the time. Okay, best way for me to answer that question is: do you have a relationship with the Creator?
Right.
Right.
Amen to that.
Okay, because at the end of the day, this is what's really going to happen. You have a God-given talent to tell you who is good energy and who is bad. See, y'all talk about signs and shit. Fuck a sign.
You be lying to yourself, girl.
His energy will tell you everything.
Everything.
If you have a burning desire for him, that's called good energy. Snatch the nigga up. He should be the one fucking you tonight. Even if it's the first night, first hour, whatever. You have burning desire, that is the one. If there is no burning desire, but you're just attracted to him, or you think that he might be a good guy because of this, run for the fucking hills. There's a difference
between the
Well,
two.
I understand that we have. I'm talking about the women that don't know this.
That's
Mind
why
you,
I'm
mind you,
explaining
I
it.
understand. I know all these answers within me, right? I'm asking questions for the woman that doesn't know.
She needs to learn for
Right. So
herself.
what about the woman that doesn't know herself? She doesn't know.
Again.
She doesn't even know herself. So how does she know the energy that she's feeling from
This
a man
is
that's real?
is going to be this is an answer that women hate to hear. You shouldn't be choosing your own man. Ask your father. Let your father hook you up with somebody. Let your brother hook you up with someone. Let your cousin hook you up with. Let your uncle. A man that doesn't want to fuck you is going to put you with the right man.
And what if a woman doesn't have that man in her life? Because there's a lot of women out there that don't have a man like that in their life. They
You don't have a
an
father,
uncle.
brother, uncle, or cousin?
How many women are out there without fathers?
Okay. Brother,
Right.
uncle,
brother.
cousin, grandfather. That's 5 different men.
I'm sorry, there is women. I'm sorry, but there is women out there that don't have that. At
Okay,
all.
so then she's walking around blind, which means she hasn't been taught a whole lot of shit.
Exactly.
So she's gonna
What
fuck up
about those-
regardless.
That's where I'm trying to touch with you. What about those women?
They're lost.
For those,
How do they find themselves?
No.
But those are the women that
Unfortunately-
I'm trying to reach out to. Those are the women that probably watching this trying to find those answers.
Unfortunately, you can't give answers to people. That's the blind leading the blind. I can give you the answers. All you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You can't relate. That's like a white man trying to go through a black man's existence. You can't relate
at all.
Exactly. I get what you're saying.
So you're saying, what about those girls?
Yeah, what about
What
them?
about those
where
girls?
do they-
Okay, so-
Unfortunately, so here is what dating has turned into 2024. See, you got fatherless daughters with fatherless sons. Okay? And guess what? Y'all are fucking up together, learning as you go, hurting each other as you do it.
Right.
By the time you realize the difference between rogue and right and black and white and what's good and what's bad, again, you're past your prime, and our time clock is fucking timeless. So we can fucking fuck up over and over again. But again, if you cheat, Val, we just got in a relationship. You cheat on right now.
Right now. This is
Right now at this moment. Okay?
Okay.
I go cheat on you. Everyone says it's my fault. What did he do? He ain't shit because I went and cheated on you, right? We get back together. Next week, you go cheat on me. Well, that's because he wasn't doing his job. He ain't shit. No matter what the fuck you do, I get blamed.
At society because those are not conversations I've had with people.
Well, we're not talking about your conversations.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But
Did
so
you
like,
hear what I said prior to that? I
when
said,
Jay-Z,
now I'm starting to see where you're saying how you're telling me to take myself out of the equation, because I have had conversations where I have been cheated on and I have been told to look at myself. Why did the man cheat on me? What did I do to cause
who gave
him
you
to
that?
cheat?
Who told you that?
Just mentors, people within my circle that I've had conversations with.
But were they male or female?
Female.
Okay.
I've
You know who
actually
gives
had
you
a
the
female that
gives you the
has
worst
asked me-
advice in the world?
Other females.
We know that.
Women lie to women. Why? Well,
Yes.
again, they also live in delusion. They live in la la land.
But
So
is
it's
that
delusion.
not true though? If a man cheats on me, do I have to look at myself to see why a man cheated on me?
No.
What did I do?
Let me ask you this
differently?
question.
I'm asking in
No,
general.
no, no.
Because
So,
I really don't
so I'm
know the
gonna
answer
give
to
you
that.
real analogies, real life questions. Okay. Do gay men cheat on gay men?
Hell yeah, they do.
Yes.
Okay. Do men fuck goats in Ireland?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
Isn't that called
So,
like bestiality or
yeah,
something?
so does that have anything to do with the woman or the fact that, again, we wake up with a hard dick every day?
So you're
we
telling
have
me
penis
that
envy.
anytime a man cheats on a woman, it's not the woman ever?
Well, here's the biggest thing. So the first thing that needs to come out of your vocabulary is cheating, because men exercise options. We don't cheat. We exercise options, and very few men can do that. Women cheat because, again, at the end of the day, you are meant for childbirth. We are meant to create. See, this is the thing. If you're the whore, I'm the whore maker. We don't play by the same rules. No, it's not about you, because if you allow a man to go out with his own devices,
So there's nothing I ever did wrong to make a man cheat on me? Is that what he's saying to me?
nothing at all. You did nothing. Because I'm going to ask you this. What is your nationality?
I'm Hispanic.
Okay. Can you be white?
My last name says I can.
Can you be white?
No.
Can you be cocoa?
was being
Can you be dark as
sarcastic.
cocoa? Can you be chocolate?
No.
Okay.
With a fake tan.
Can you be Asian?
No.
Can you be taller?
No.
Can you be skinnier overnight? Not in the gym, overnight.
No.
Okay. Can you have short hair?
I mean, if I cut it off. and I
Can
go
you
home.
be a fat bitch?
Yeah.
Eat enough tacos.
Okay. Overnight. Overnight.
No, overnight. Over
Overnight.
24 hours.
Overnight.
I mean.
Because this is the thing.
I
Those
mean,
are
I can
all the
feel-
those are all the things. If you look at when a man steps out, he doesn't go look for another you gordita. He goes and finds Ashley, Angie, Tawana. He's not fucking anything that looks close to you. It's the total opposite of you. Why? Because it was made available to him. Name one person in the Bible, one man in the Bible that had just one wife.
None.
Jesus married a whore, Mary Magdalene, and then a virgin, Mary of Copa. He had children with her.
Biblical days don't
Yeah. I
apply to current.
I mean,
Correct,
I've
because
kind of-
as society changes, many other things change. Like, you do realize that monogamy is 130 years old, and so is taxes,
Yes.
because that's what it was created for.
Yep.
Tax men and women. Not because it's wrong, not because it's not right, because slave owners had multiple wives. Oh, and why is having one man and one woman only in the West, United States, UK, Europe? Why is it only there? It's nowhere else in the world. So when you really break things down and you look at reality, and you come down to the ground level, you go, fuck. It's not so nice down here. I know the truth. We should
get him.
Okay? But now I can make better decisions.
True.
That's the difference. Anyone else go do anything?
Next question.
Next question. I'll make this one an easy one. How important is sex in a relationship?
It's very important.
Yeah.
We'll start with Coco. Go ahead, Coco. How important is it?
It's very important. I think,
But
you know,
why?
it's why?
Yeah.
Because it's a source of connection. It's first off, you just talked about the fact that we were meant to procreate. Like, that's what we were put here for. So it's important because you can't procreate if you don't have sex. So yeah, like it's important. And I think that without sexual attraction, that you wind up having a lot of other things lacking. It's one thing to be attracted to a person and the sex and the bedroom life not be on point. It's something totally different to have all these other boxes checked and have all these other great connections, but sexually everything else when it comes to the sex part, everything is just blah. Like that's not gonna work. That's not okay. And I also think it's something that's fixable. I don't think that not being sexually attracted to one another is something that will fall apart, because there's plenty of we talked about not choosing for yourself, not being the person to choose your man. There are a lot of cultures where your parents choose your husband, your grandma, you're this, you're that, you're someone else connected to you, knowing you intimately, chooses this other person for you to come into matrimony with. So in those instances, those people are choosing based on something other than your sexual attraction, whereas we may put a huge value on that. And because he doesn't look like this, because he doesn't smell like this, he doesn't talk like this, he doesn't spit game like this, we go, nah, next. And really, that could have been the person that would have been the best person for us. Well, but we took them out of the equation solely on the high value of the sexual attraction, which I'm not saying that it has no value. I'm just saying when we do it for ourselves, it's a little bit different. So, there are plenty of people who are across the world that are in arranged marriages, that have children, that have successful life, successful businesses, and eventually fell in love with that person, but it was work. They had to work for it.
Are they fucking the pool guy or the
listen?
gardener?
I'm gonna go there, but actually, go ahead and answer your.
That very well may be the case. No,
that ain't true. It's not true.
You don't think it's true that very well could be the case?
So,
but it's not true because you say it's not true. But
no, it's not true because in those cultures where there's arranged marriages, she's only slept with that man, so she doesn't know what sex with someone else is even like.
This is true.
Yeah, I guess we're thinking of not.
So you're thinking of the
world, Western world.
You're thinking of the Western society.
US.
See,
gotcha.
You guys get to here in the States, you get to fuck as many people as you want to, which is why they say after 10 partners, your chances of a lasting marriage, you have an 80% failure rate, 80% chance of getting divorced.
Oh, wow.
Reason for that is women do what's called pair bonding. And when you can no longer pair bond with your partner, when this man doesn't fuck you as good as usually 1 through 7, those are your strongest sexual connections, is somewhere between 1 and 7. When you don't get that same euphoric feeling, you're constantly chasing that, which is why you cycle through so many different penises, unfortunately.
Wow.
And it's unconscious. But you also can't. So you talk about soul ties. Well, pair bonding is actually the truest version of soul ties. And after it gets weaker and weaker.
Are we talking about like women? Or are we talking about people in general when you're stating?
So women are the only ones that have been proven to pair bond by science.
When you get all intertwined with your energy, with your sexual partner, I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And that's true. And that makes total sense to me. And your response is absolutely correct. Because in those cultures, that is the case. That's never, you're not, sense. You would damn near be stoned to death because how dare you go violate? We didn't teach you this. Where did you get this from?
And here's what they don't tell you about those cultures. They see in the U.S. they tell you how, if a woman gets divorced, this happens to her. She gets stoned to death and all that. If a man gets divorced, he has to pay a dowry. Well, he has to pay a dowry to marry her.
Married.
He has to pay double the dowry if he divorced because he defiled the woman. And 9 times out of 10, even if he's a prince or a king, he is no longer respected by other men. So he's held at a higher regard than even her. He's also less likely to find another wife.
Wow. Right. See, so that's deep. But so wait, what was that question again?
But I lost the question.
The question was
How important is sex in a relationship?
how important is sex in a
right.
relationship?
Oh,
And
Totally forgot.
I still say sex is it's of high importance because it does hold a high value in a relationship. I think if you are able to connect in every other way and you can't connect sexually, because I feel like sex is the space where all the little nuggets we've talked about at this point come together. Our ability to communicate, to learn one another, to listen, to do all of these different things in the sexual space, in our sensual space. That's where all of those things really come into play.
Ask me the question one more time, Billy.
How important is sex in a relationship?
To women, very important. To men, not so.
No, it's important.
Oh,
It's important.
Please do elaborate.
It's important. See, this is the thing. Regardless, we love to have sex, but you know why men more than anything either have a main chick, girlfriend, or wife? We marry our best sexual partner, but you also have to be our safe space. Like, you got to create our peace. You got to be able to take care of him. But you should be my main porn star, period. But to a point, because it's like, if I'm one of those niggas that gets off of shitting on, pissing on women, like, I'm never doing that to my main chick. Mm-hmm. Like, there are certain things that no ifs, ands, or buts about. If you just a hoe, you get hoe treatment. Yep. If you're a good girl, I'm keeping you, and we're gonna do things. I'm gonna freak you out, but there's limits to what I'm doing with you because I respect you and I love you. Mm-hmm. So I make love to you. I'm eating your pussy. I'm fucking the shit out of you. We're doing it everywhere under the sun. This chick's getting it in a car, getting it on a random top of a building, anywhere, anytime. She's a hit. Like, we're never spending the night together. Like, there's no intimacy. You just get fucked. It's a huge difference.
I think a lot of women need to learn the difference between that too.
Exactly.
Because
So that's what I'm saying. Are we
that's where
talking
the
about
delusions
sex
come in.
or making love? Like, right? We need to know the difference, right? Because there's sex, and then there's intimacy, feelings, emotions behind it, and that's
Well, there's
why
a follow-up question to this one.
So that's why when I say,
Please tell me what's the difference between making love and sex.
No, what is your version of intimacy and how important is it to you?
Okay.
because when I say that sex is important to women more than it is to men, because I think, like you said, women move on emotion, women move on feeling. So when we're intimate with somebody, those feelings and emotion come into play. So why I say it's more important is because that's when you're at your most vulnerable point sometimes as a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not feeling that connection, then it's not that important to you as it would be to you felt that connection. And so that's what women look for. They look for that connection.
I'm gonna be super
in a man.
Transparent. Almost every relationship I've ever had, I fucked her the first night. You know why? First and foremost, when a woman allows you to have her, that means she allows you to be in 100% control of her. You're conquering her.
Right.
If she allows you to conquer her, she's saying, I'm willing and I trust you with everything in my fiber. Then it is my job as a man to give you one of the best feel. Like, if you go home not dripping, and not me, it shouldn't be me dripping out of you. It's got to be you.
I get what you're saying.
Then I have not done my job. You should go home absolutely yearning to be with me again, see me again, be around me.
So do you think a woman can feel that on the first night?
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
I know these answers. Y'all are making it seem like I'm asking these because I don't agree with y'all or I don't feel. I'm asking because I want to know from a man's perspective, from him. Like,
Well,
we're women. Yes, we know the answers.
You know why men try so...
I agree with
this
what
is
y'all
why
are
men
saying,
try,
but I want to know what Bailey says.
This
like,
is why men try so hard to fuck women on the first night.
Right.
Because that means that you're willing to take a chance. See, you guys want us to be vulnerable and take chances on you, pay for dinners, do all this shit, right? We want reciprocation for what we're doing. That is your reciprocation.
So if you call me tomorrow and be like, "Hey Val, I want to take you to dinner," if you're paying for my dinner, I'm supposed to sleep with you? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, this is the difference between me and other people. I'm not calling up Val and saying, "Hey, we're going to dinner." I'm probably gonna say, "Hey Val, coming to pick your ass up. We going to do something." I'm not even gonna tell you what the fuck we doing, but it ain't gonna be dinner. You're gonna spend like 3 or 4 hours with me, actually getting to know me. That has nothing to do with drinking and food, because that lets me know you're interested in a real relationship, not an experience.
Okay.
Okay, Bailey.
Mind your business.
I am minding my business. I'm just saying, okay, Bailey.
So, and these are the things. See, when I have Boys Club and some of my other podcasts, or when I'm live streaming late at night that y'all don't even know about because I don't even post it on Facebook and shit. These are the conversations that I try to have with men, because men need to learn how to be men again. Because that's what Grandpa did with Grandma.
But
he came in.
I can also say, as a woman, there's women that need to learn how to be women again.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
But that's also where I today hold moms accountable. Because, see, I raised my 2 boys to be husbands and men. I raised my daughter to be a wife. But really, it's her mom's job to do that too.
Right.
Absolutely.
Which is why I have no problem dating a woman that's a single mom, because I realize you probably got some fucking kids that need discipline, and they need to see what it's like for you to be happy with a man as a family. Because the longer you stay single and the more your kids see that, all you did was raise the next generation of boys that go, "Well, my mama did it alone, so I know she'll be okay." And another daughter that goes, "Well, my mama did it alone, so I know I don't need that nigga." Mm-hmm. Negative reinforcement. There's positive reinforcements, negative reinforcement. We talk about a generational curse. That's a generational curse. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest generational curse that there is. But I'm mom and I'm dad. I'm going to take myself out for Mother's Day. I'm going to take myself out for Daddy's
For
Day.
the birds.
That.
Horrible.
I hate that.
It's
so
Father's
much.
Day, but I'm the one doing everything. Tell me that I'm happy Father's Day to me too.
Nope.
No, thank you. Can we get Tiana's answer to this sex question? Because I
Yeah,
really want to hear her answer.
Yeah.
What was the question?
It's
How important?
Stop
is-
it! I got this.
I'm sorry, Bailey.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're trying to take Bailey's job.
How important is sex in a relationship?
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Tiana, answer that question.
Me personally.
I'm gonna need you to eat that mic though, because
No,
I
you gotta
can't.
take
Can't nobody
yourself
hear
out
you.
of the equation.
Wait, is
Shut
this me
up,
personally or is this in general?
Okay.
Now Val's confusing.
Turn
Try me.
pull the mic towards you. So do this. Doop.
Yeah, it's there.
No, it's
No,
not
face
there.
face the flat. towards
Yeah,
you, baby.
stop being scared of it.
Take it in the mouth.
I'm not scared of it.
Put it in your mouth.
It's there.
Okay. How important is sex in a relationship?
Extremely important. Very important. Because why? Well, again, this is just
Because
me
she gonna beat the
personally.
shit out them niggas.
I mean,
She gonna tie him up, put a gag in the mouth.
I'm telling my secrets.
You told on yourself.
Anyway, it's extremely important because, you know, me personally, like, even if all those other boxes can check off, sex is just very important to me. So, like, if that's not, we're not on the same page, it just, like, it's not going to work out. I'm not one to lie to myself to be like, oh, well, maybe I can give it a chance, you know, because he does this, this, and that. He's got this job and he treats me this way and he bought me flowers and he took me on a date. But the sex is boring or just not to my standard. Like, eventually you're going to get bored. And those are the kind of men, honestly, that, like, a lot of women just kind of run over. They run over. They don't treat them right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of women end up cheating as well. So rather than be, to lie to myself, like that's not important. I'm straight up, like that's very important.
Follow-up question to this one is, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I already know the question. What is your version of intimacy and how important is it to you? And I'm going to let you start that off, Tiana.
Okay. Ask the question one more time.
What is your version of intimacy and how important is it to you?
If you're trying to build a relationship or be something more than just you're having sex casually or whatever, it's very important. My version would be like, you're able to talk, you're able to share things beyond just sex. Like you can talk about sexual stuff, you obviously share sexual things, but beyond that, like how do you connect? Can you laugh about the same things? Can you, like share music and stuff? Can you talk on a deeper level? Yeah, that would be intimacy to me.
Val.
I think intimacy is very important, and I think I'm sorry. I think intimacy is really important, and it depends on where in life you're at. If you're in a point in life where you're just looking for casual sex just to experiment, to see where you're in your growth, and you're not really looking for that relationship and you're just single, then, intimacy may not be that important as compared to when you want to find that life partner, you're ready to settle down, you're looking for your soulmate or whatever you want to call it, right? Different people call it different things. Then I think at that point, intimacy is important because that's when you're putting your feelings, your emotions, your real thoughts into it.
You can be vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Coco.
That is too funny.
Wait, hold on, I got a better one for you.
What? Coco. Oh, hell no.
He made that just for you.
Right, I was going to say, not the chipmunk.
That's the Coco.
Intimacy is absolutely, I think it holds just as high as an importance as sex, because I think sex is a part of intimacy. Yes. It's just not the only part of intimacy. Right. Most people hear the word intimacy and they think sex. But intimacy is so much more than that. It's your ability to be vulnerable with a person. It's your ability, like Bailey mentioned, your ability to hold a safe space for your partner, your person.
I think intimacy is letting your walls down.
Yes, intimacy is definitely letting your walls down, which is definitely a challenge for most people, because communication is also a part of intimacy. It's one of the most major parts of intimacy. And it can be challenging. I think one thing that I would want people to know, since we're talking about intimacy, is the first thing you have to do is have a very intimate relationship with yourself and with God, whatever that means for you.
Right.
You have to have an intimate relationship with the Creator. You have to have an intimate relationship with yourself. And then you'll find it much less challenging to be intimate with the person that you feel those feels about. Right.
Oh my gosh.
I did not see that one coming, but anyway. Because, you want to have this beautiful, angelic, experience in your relationship, but you treating this person like boo-boo, got them pushed way over into a corner, which we as beautiful Capricorn people can often do, because sometimes we just keep people, we like to keep distance. I know, right? We wave a wand and be like, poof, you're gone. And that's not exactly what we want to do. But, when you want something beautiful in life, you have to be willing to give of yourself. So for me, intimacy is doing just that, giving of myself, giving of my time, my energy.
Okay.
Can't with you, Bailey. Oh my God. But yeah, so I think intimacy is very important, and that's my style, is to give of my time, my love, my energy, to those around me, and be vulnerable. Just not all the way vulnerable. You can't be letting everybody all up in the crevices. I'm just telling y'all. You
That
better
part.
tread lightly, baby.
Very true.
Yeah.
So what y'all think of the show?
I think you're asking us.
All of y'all, yeah. What do y'all think of the show?
Everybody, what y'all think of the show? I think it's lit. I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing, Bailey.
Go ahead, Bailey.
I just want some tacos.
She said,
We're
"I just
getting
want
some
some tacos."
tacos after this show.
The show is great though. Yeah.
Welcome to No Cap Reacts.
We need a part 2.
You know, I feel like we didn't get all the way through some shit.
No,
I
we
feel
got
like
a
we
whole
do.
lot of motherfucking questions here.
Yeah.
Shit. So some of the questions, and I'll bring you guys back and we'll do it. Get it. Is what is your sign, and does astrology dictate who you deal with?
Oh. See, that would be a whole show by
yep.
itself.
Yes.
Would you prefer a male or female boss, and why? Are women truly from Venus and men from Mars? Is today's current climate, who do you think cheats? In today's current climate, who do you think cheats the most? If you have to choose one, okay, we're going to end it on, this is going to be the last question. I love this question. You have to choose one. You can't say both or neither. You must absolutely choose one and give the answer of why. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay.
You're spending the rest of your life in this situation. 2 women and 1 man, or 2 men and 1 woman. You are that woman.
I guess I'll go first. 2 women, 1 man.
I agree.
Why? Well, I think there should only be. It's like if there was 2 men, who's the dominant one in there? Like it'd probably be the woman, which is kind of off dynamic. I don't know. I just wouldn't want no fucking feminine ass men, and
No,
I feel
I
like
agree with you
you'd
because
have
it
2
goes-
feminine ass fucking men
It goes back to what he
with
said.
1 woman.
I agree with you because it goes back to what Bailey said. Men are dominant. So it's like if you have women aren't really, I guess, intended to be dominant.
No,
You know what I'm
nope.
saying? We're not. And
Nope.
so for it to be like 2 women, I can see 2 women and 1 man because the 1 man is dominant. He is the leader of both of the women.
Yeah, he's the
And
leader.
but what men have. So look, what women have to, what men have to understand is when you want to put women in these poly relationships, understand that the women have to be as compatible as you are with them. You can't put 2 uncompatible women in a relationship with you.
I agree and disagree. I feel like if the man is dominant enough or
I'll answer that. I'll
man
put
enough,
that.
he can make them compatible.
I can put that. I can put all
You know
that
what I'm
together.
saying? Like
Right.
you,
Well, I'm not looking at. I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess
he can
I
make
see
them
that.
But if
compatible.
you he could.
Tanya-
If you're
So,
that,
hey-
but
Yeah.
if you're that woman, what would you want? What would be your
I
preference?
would want to be able to be compatible with the woman without him making me compatible with
I mean,
her.
I agree with
think-
that part. I agree with that.
Right,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? I can see what you're saying. Yes, a man, if he is dominant enough, if he's a
He
leader
can
enough,
make whatever
he can make it
happen.
happen. But if you want it to genuinely come together, I
Like
think
organically.
organically,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the woman has to be compatible, like be
I
able to
agree.
get along. Like I know a couple of people that may be in this situation, and one woman just isn't going for it because she's not feeling the other woman, or she feels intimidated by the other woman.
Oh
You know
my.
what I'm saying?
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying? And then where does that leave the man trying to dominate the relationship if the woman is just like, do you
For a
like take
man-
that? Do you eliminate that woman and bring another woman in, or how?
See, it's not about the women. It's about the man. The
To
man.
you.
the man has to hold what is called frame. As in, when he brought you into this relationship, who he is, and what he expect was already set on the table. And that's why you fell in love with him. So when he goes and he chooses another partner, it's another version of who you are. 2, when you as a woman fall in love with a man, you become acquiesced to all of his wants and needs, which means if you know that this other woman also makes him happy, because he's happy, you're happy.
It was the
I
pen.
can't.
I'm listening.
So
That was the pen.
when a man holds frame and he does what he's supposed to as a man, which is also means he makes your life easier, it don't matter who the fuck he brings in that goddamn house, because you're at the happiest point you've ever been in your entire life.
But as catty as women are, just even in a single relationship, like
Catty women don't see this. Catty women can't deal with masculine men. Dramified women. Okay,
Right, just women in general, right? I shouldn't.
there's a lot that I would want to say,
I
but I
shouldn't
don't.
have
I
used
don't
the word
put
catty.
everything on the podcast.
Okay, so I shouldn't have used that word. I should
Just know that type of man would never deal with that type of woman.
That's right.
You have to have submissive women, not
Yep. Marcy said
women.
you got to get rid of jealousy to be a family, however that looks.
right.
Yep.
True.
Agreed.
Facts, Marcy.
I
Say
agree.
that, girl.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, I'm gonna be quiet.
She said, "I'm just saying, I'm gonna be quiet."
I'm
All right, Coco, you're
because I'm gonna take myself out of the equation.
I would, if I was being selfish, I'd say I want the 2 men
Of course.
with myself, but
give me
being-
both of them dicks.
being
But then, of course, that's not the right answer, right?
so
No
that's,
right or wrong answer.
the truth is, I would do the 2 women with a man, with that man, because he would have to. If I'm that woman, he'd have to be that man in order for me to consider
That
doing
fucking
that.
part.
Because, as Bailey just explained, he would have to hold frame. He would have to be this person who is able to take the weight of 2 females.
You should
Because
be proud to have that kind of man.
Right.
I would be proud to have that type of man. Like, come on, what sane, logical,
Sane, logical female.
yeah.
That
So,
part.
and that's the funny part, because it be them not sane, logical females that want to talk that ish, but not really ready for the life. And as Marcy said, you have to remove jealousy in order to have a happy family. So too often, with the emotional instability and not having emotional acuity and the things that people are doing out here in this good world, you can't have, that thing, which honestly, I feel like the world is coming to a place where poly is going to be a lot more common, because we've been
on that.
we've been in a position where women have outnumbered men for a very long time.
Oh shit!
Right? Is it going back
Down the
to
Mongo,
the castle,
Mongo.
like to the olden days when kings and didn't?
Do
have
you do
multiple
understand that
wives?
history repeats itself and it's
Exactly.
doing it all
Always.
over again?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You as a man say that you can never put 2 catty women together, and I get that, right? But my question is, okay, so say a man brings a woman and another woman into the relationship, and that woman's jealousy. Where did the man go wrong in that?
Okay. So it's not the man that went wrong, and
Right? Because you're not supposed to put 2 women like that.
so I'm gonna give you the real answer of what that is. First and foremost, as a woman, you're never insecure, catty, or jealous when you're in your feminine energy. That is called divine feminine.
Speak on it.
It takes
on it.
a divine masculine man to put you in your divine feminine.
Speak on
The
it.
moment you are in that feminine, it doesn't matter what woman comes along, because of the space that you hold and the energy you hold, it removes all of that.
Go ahead, Bailey. All right.
So those are never problems, which is why a man must hold frame. He must constantly be on his shit. He must always be able to take care of his home. Also, we could be together for 10 years, and we met her 6 months ago. Okay? In your mind, you feel like you should be here and she's here. But in real life, y'all are here. It is always going to be even kill. If
But
I fuck,
what
if I
the
fuck
new woman
her,
is here and the woman that's been for 10 years has been here because the energy that the new woman carries just is up here.
never going to happen.
Why?
Again, because that man is not going to allow that. He already knows when he brings someone else in, he has to treat her the exact same way. There's no such thing as one being above the other.
So where does the woman that comes into this situation that has the confidence, that doesn't have the jealousy, that's hey baby, let's do this, let's go, but the other woman is jealous? Where?
Again, keep this in mind. If he chose this woman who was already in her feminine and put her in her divine feminine, you think he finna bring a non-feminine female into his home?
I think she's asking the opposite.
Yeah, I'm asking the opposite.
What if you're already the woman you have isn't operating in her divine feminine energy and he finds one that is? Now all of a sudden it's a problem.
As a man, you would never bring someone else in the home if the one that's there isn't there.
So then that person that did that is not a man?
That man is making a mistake.
Because he don't know what Bailey know.
Well, Bailey need to teach him.
That's what Bailey trying to do right now. He trying to teach.
Trust me, I have conversations like this quite often. And not all men are... This goes back to pressure bust pipes. Not everybody can do the same thing or handle that pressure. That's why the question of who do you think has it easier in life? Well, it's self-explanatory. Any female that has ever dealt with me, ask her how many bills she's paid. When you live with him, how many bills did you pay? They can't even tell you. They can't even tell you what a bill is. When we went on vacation, who paid for the vacation?
So what's wrong with the woman that does pay all the bills?
Yeah, good question.
She's in her masculine because what the fuck is he doing?
And what is
That
he
part.
doing?
So how do you get that woman out of that masculine into her feminine?
She needs a man that's going
By
to
him
put
being-
her there.
How does she
By
find
him
that?
being-
How does she find that man?
She doesn't. He finds you.
How does he find me if he feels that?
Put yourself back in your feminine. See, that's natural. See, being feminine is natural to
You
you.
know, but I like how you just like you don't have to even think about it. You just like no.
Because I live this shit.
It's facts.
I live this
It's
shit.
total facts, baby.
Like,
All
I
cap.
live it like 100%. There's it. I don't have to question it because I know what me personally, just not putting it out there, but I know what the fuck I do. So when you do it on a regular basis and you know your relationships and what it's yielded, there's not a thought process. And I watched my father do it and my grandfather do it. My grandfather's fucking 24. I got 24 uncles and aunts. He had all his kids.
Wow. What Marcy saying over there?
To eliminate jealousy, all ladies hold important skills. No one is better than the other. And that's another thing. As a man, you may not be the best cook, but she does. Like, there's a whole saying in the world, it takes a village to raise the children. Well, this is what women and men never stop and think. What makes up a village? How many men are in the village? How many women are in the village? How many children are in the village? See, a village is usually 2 to 3 men, 10 to 12 women, 20 to 30 kids. Those men have multiple wives, and every wife has her duty. So as you having your duty, you're not worried about what the other one's doing anyway. In today's society, I say this all the time. I might have one chick that's a worker bee because she wants to go out. She wants to go chase her dreams and her ambitions and fucking be a career chick. Go do your thing, baby. Go make that shit happen. And then I got stay-at-home Susie. She wants to take care of the babies. She takes care of all kids equally. She cooks. She cleans. That's what the fuck she wants to do. Great. But this is the difference. As a man, my money is our money, and your money is your money. If you want to contribute to something, great. That's what you do. but not because you have to. If you have to, I've already come short. I'm not doing my job. And that's part of a man holding frame. That's part of a man doing his job. That's part of a man being a man. If it's anything less than that, then you know you have a less than man. And a less than man is always going to give you less than qualities. Don't expect to be the wife. 9 times out of 10, you're fun for now. Men invest in their women, and we understand that investing means feelings, emotionally, monetarily, and then depending on age and where we're at in life, you might get a baby or two. But be ready, because he's going to anchor you. There's no such thing as divorce. Y'all, we're not breaking up. You're going to understand that whatever the fuck we go through, we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to end this with this. In life, for men and women, I say this: remove all the fucking rules from your relationships. I got 3 bylaws for you. It's called TRU, T-R-U. Trust, responsibility, understanding. Without trust, you don't have shit. Amen. Responsibility. You have your responsibilities. I have my responsibilities. When we come together, they are shared responsibilities. And you can't have understanding without communication. Last thoughts, ladies?
Somebody drop a bomb on that. I like that.
Oh man.
Last thoughts.
Last thoughts is I feel like we need to have a part 2.
Definitely.
We could do a part 2. That's easy.
Bet.
Again, I'm hungry.
I do this shit every Thursday. I ain't even ate dinner.
Wow.
I will say that I am a very open-minded person, and today I came in with questions to see a different perspective, and I saw that and I learned today. I really did.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
My last thoughts are that met my expectation and went above and beyond. Part 2, Tiana's going to have to talk way more because I don't know what you was over there doing, just being a little observant.
What do you mean?
She talked a lot.
I expected more.
You were a little too quiet.
What?
No,
Me?
ma'am.
Quiet?
No, ma'am.
Girl, you better call my family and
ma'am.
ask them about me.
Okay, then we all spoke evenly.
I think we.
I
honestly,
talked
we're quiet.
entirely too motherfucking much. I wasn't
Yeah, you
supposed
weren't
to be
supposed to
saying
be in
shit.
it.
anything, right?
weren't
So
supposed to
part
be-
two,
No,
part 2, we'll leave Bailey out of it more. But I think
Yeah,
this
blame
was,
that on this motherfucker here in the middle. Bailey, what is Bailey?
I mean, because you brought yourself into it, so I was just.
But thank you, Bailey. I would
You're
like
welcome.
to say thank you so much, Bailey, for having us on. Tiana, thank you for choosing to bring me and Val. This was actually a really great experience. I think it was something that would definitely be fun to do. And I can't wait till you get the total number of videos for both. I hope you invite us back for that
You
round
definitely coming
table
in-
for being with the dudes.
So,
Oh my God.
When I say a bigger spot,
we
I'm
should
talking
invade
about a
them
bigger
tomorrow.
spot for everybody to fit.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna
Sure.
be exciting.
There's a couple
That's gonna be
studios out here. I
interesting.
ain't got no problem dropping the bag to make that happen.
That's gonna be awesome. But yes, I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to see what y'all talk about. Hear these answers tomorrow on Boys and what is it called?
Boys Club.
Boys Club. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I will be in the chat.
And tomorrow we got Crondo and A1 from the Pot Roast Podcast that's going to be joining tomorrow
Oh
night.
snap! Okay.
So it's going to be a good night. Ladies, thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Appreciate you. Welcome to No Cap Reacts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of No Cap Reacts. Make sure you tune in. Wednesdays we doing couples retreat where we highlight love, relationships, and all the beautiful things in them. There's no negativity on that show whatsoever. Ladies' night. Well, you just saw a version of Ladies' Night. I shouldn't be talking this motherfucking much, but you know, right people get in, you can have a conversation. Boys Club tomorrow night, Friday nights, 9 p.m. Arizona time. Make sure you tune in. Real men having the same conversation, same questions.
You
Okay?
You were on the
Let's
same
talk
shit
about
as
it
me.
on Sundays with Miss Connie Marie. Yeah. And make sure you go to hustlefit.com and get your motherfucking merch as well as the clothing line. Men's, women's, children's, we got everything. Also, if you need custom clothing, go ahead and hit me up at hustlefit.com, hustlefit@gmail.com, hustlefit LLC on the gram. Definitely want to say thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. I'm your man Bailey, a.k.a.